good whenever it is you're tuning in. Welcome back to Ticket Price, the only show on the internet that asks the one question that matters. Are these movies worth the ticket price? In other words, are they worth your time and money? With you as always, I am Jake, the co-host and voice, and with me as always, co-host extraordinaire and the only man who, despite the immensity of eldritch power, will never float. Tevis at Master Control. Tevis, how are you, sir?
I can float in water?
No, you can't.
Barely. Until I run into a tree stump.
That's not floating. That's sinking with style.
I'm doing pretty well. How are you today, sir?
Okay, it's been a good day.
Yeah?
Been a good day, and I'm always happy to record.
Me too. Especially when it's a good movie. Or maybe it's not a good movie. We don't know.
You made me change my format because it gave too much away.
I didn't give anything away. I was built.
Yeah, no.
Was it? Or was it not? Is it a good movie?
No, but see, you...
Or is it not?
You even caught yourself halfway through that statement and went, oh, shit.
I don't know if it was a good movie. We'll find out. You got to stay tuned.
Quit giving away the content. Moron.
This movie might not be very good. I don't know. We have to discuss.
We have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Stay tuned to the very end to find out Tevis's thoughts. What movie are we looking at? We are looking at It, Chapter 1 from 2017. Written by Chase Palmer, Kerry Joji Fukunaga, and Gary Dauberman?
You did
Doberman.
You did Fukunaga with no problem, but Doberman?
And you wait, hark, do I hear Langoliers? Nom 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 nom. Eat my entire ass.
Did you ever actually watch that movie?
Yes, I did. Those weird Pac-Man looking monsters with teeth.
I read the short story that it was based off of.
Yeah.
It was in the book called 4 Past Midnight. And it was only 4 stories in there. And that one was really, really good. And then I heard they were doing a movie of it. I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so cool. And then I watched it.
I had a buddy. I have a buddy. He's still alive. We were joking around about this kind of stuff, and he I don't know why he put on an accent for it. He's like, the monsters that go done eat the yesterdays. And I got to laughing because I was like, that actually is legitimately a perfect description of the Langoliers.
Sounds like Sling Blade.
Haha, funny or
Yeah, a lot of Stephen King stuff is better left in the books. You should just kind of leave it there. Doesn't really translate well to the film.
How were the Langoliers described in the book?
Oh shit, I don't remember.
See,
it was so long ago when I read it.
Were they described as Pac-Man with teeth?
I think it was exactly that. No, I don't remember.
Because that's exactly what they look like in that made-for-TV movie.
They were awful.
Are we talking about the Langoliers today?
No.
So then you've got the guy who's like, I gotta keep working. I can't stay here. And then he freaks out and he stabs that blind girl. And then the Boy Scout knocks him out with a toaster wrapped in a sheet. And he's swinging it like a flail.
I don't remember any of this.
And then, shut up. And then there's the science fiction / horror writer who reminds me a lot of our buddy Jason, who's uncovering the mysteries of their predicament based on how he would write a story about it.
Oh my God.
You know what? Next time Jason's on, I need to ask him what it was like to film the Langoliers.
We need to do that movie now. I'm putting that in the hat.
The Langoliers?
Yes.
You know what? We should we'll pivot, but just slightly pivot. Because it's been the Steven Spielberg podcast. Yes. Now we're just going to slightly pivot to the Stephen King.
Keep the Stephen. Yes.
Keep it. Just slightly pivot.
We could do that.
Yeah.
Be a lot of turds.
A lot of made-for-TV stuff.
A lot of made-for-TV turds.
Man, there's one. I remember watching it because it was on like the Sci-Fi Channel. for the life of me, couldn't tell you who was in it or what it's even called. But this guy is working in a small town, probably in Maine.
Oh,
If I
yeah.
had rural Maine, if I
Sure.
had to guess. But it was like almost like a tannery. They were working with like wool and skins and making leather and just I think refining wool down to actual like cloth. But then like underneath were like bat monsters or maybe a big bat
Was there a
monster.
giant rat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I know
Giant rat
exactly what
monster.
you're talking about.
It's got
Night Shift.
Night Shift because isn't that the guy from Trimmers? Kevin Bacon's buddy.
Fred Ward?
Isn't that him in it?
I don't know.
He's gonna look that up. We have just gone us down a Stephen King giant rat hole. And I'm all right with it. It's topic adjacent.
Was it Night Shift?
It's something.
Yeah, the only thing that comes up when I type in Night Shift is the Henry Winkler, Michael Keaton one.
It's definitely not
But
that.
I know maybe it was Graveyard Shift.
Ooh.
I think it was Graveyard Shift. Was it the 90s?
Fred Ward, so late 80s, early 90s, I would think.
Here we go. In a very old textile mill with a serious rat infestation,
That's it.
deadly accidents start happening, but the corrupt foreman continues to put his workers in danger until they discover a horrifying secret deep in the basement.
Yep, that's it. That is it.
Yeah, it's not Fred Ward.
Oh, is it not?
Brad Dourif plays an exterminator.
Brad Dork?
Brad Dourif,
Oh, excuse
the
me.
voice of Chucky.
Gross. Chucky sucks.
David Andrews? Yeah, no, but that movie's terrible.
You're giving away the content when we pivot.
I mean, that movie might be terrible. I don't know. It's been so long since I watched it. Yeah, now I kind of want to have like a Stephen King marathon now because
You know what? We'll come up with some other excuse to celebrate something and we'll do a Stephen King, but not like the big Stephen Kings, not the
no.
Carries, not even the Maximum Overdrives.
Oh,
We need the low budget TV stuff.
Trucks. There was a TV show called Trucks, and it was based on
Maximum Overdrive.
Overdrive.
No, we need the Graveyard Shifts. We need the Langoliers. We need oof.
This will be a deep dive.
A King deep dive.
But what are we talking about today?
Stephen King.
Stephen King.
All right, It Chapter 1. Written by also though 3 writers.
I saw that.
Although it's weird though because it's based on Stephen King's It,
Correct.
obviously. He's not given writing credit,
That's true.
but that seems inaccurate to me. Like, wouldn't he be the 4th writer?
Was he even credited at all in the? Well, I guess here on IMDb it does give him credit based on the novel by.
Yeah, but he's not.
Yeah.
But he's not given writing or writer's credit.
Mm-mm.
He's given based on.
Suggested by the book of Stephen King.
Shut up. This was suggested by. All right, directed by Andy Muschietti, starring Bill Skarsgård and Finn Wolfhard and a bunch of other kids I don't care about. Actually, when I originally wrote this down, I was going to just do starring Bill Skarsgård and a bunch of kids I don't care about. But I literally have. I think I have to add Finn Wolfhard
Why?
because of the raging success that is Finn Wolfhard.
He's okay.
Yeah, I know, but between his movies and Stranger Things and
Ghostbusters.
I said movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he was kind of a total waste in the whole Ghostbusters sequel.
The idea of a Ghostbusters sequel kind of got wasted, but
I liked Afterlife. Afterlife was good.
not Frozen Empire.
Frozen Empire was terrible. I hated it.
Giving away
Hated
the content.
Hated it. But I may have hated it. I don't know. I might not hate it anymore.
See, everyone, that's why it pays to listen to the full episode because you never know what bonus content you're going to get.
Yeah.
Don't watch Ghostbusters Frozen Empire or The Langoliers or Graveyard Shift.
Or do. We don't know. We might be pivoting.
It's true.
We have no
It-
idea.
It has easily been almost 20 years since I've seen Langoliers.
I can't remember when I watched it last.
Yeah, I don't know. All right. Budget. Made with an estimated $35 million. That seemed low to me.
That does seem low.
Seems low. Now, again, we talk about this a lot. We've talked about it with Clue. We've talked about it with, what were some of the other, talked about it with, True Romance. We've talked about it with a few where it's like, okay. It's a $35 million estimate. Might be 34.9, might be 35.4. You know, we don't, there's a vagueness to it,
Sure,
right?
sure.
So, but sometimes that vagueness is really important. Like, depending on how estimated the $13 million True Romance was made for, they either made some money or they didn't. That vagueness is really important. Worldwide gross, It Chapter 1, of $704.2 million.
Christ.
I did a quick math on this. That is just about 20 times the money spent. So the estimated value is irrelevant.
Yeah. Nobody gives a fuck about the estimate.
Unless the $35 million estimate is actually an estimate of $600,000 or $600 million. It really doesn't matter.
Damn. I mean, I knew this banked, but God.
About estimated 20 times its money back.
Damn. Yeah. I didn't realize it
If
made
you
that
were a
much
producer
bank.
and you gave $1,000 to this movie, they gave you 20 back.
Shit.
Just, man, I'm trying to put myself back. 2017. There was a fervor around this movie, and the marketing had drawn everyone into almost a fever pitch by the time it dropped, by the time it hit theaters.
I thought I had heard about this being the highest grossing horror film of all time. And that is correct.
It beat Paranormal Activity.
It beat Paranormal Activity, The Sixth Sense, I Am Legend, World War Z.
All those others, I'm not surprised. I kind of thought Paranormal Activity would hold that record forever because it was made for like $15.
Yeah, no, this was the highest grossing horror film of all time.
I said, God damn.
Yeah.
I say, son, sit down, boy. Let me tell you something.
No wonder they hurried up and made a number 2.
Yeah. Well, also they had to.
They didn't have to.
I guess, yeah, I mean, but they did.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like it was. I know it's based off of one book, but it's not like The Lord of the Rings, where if you only made the Fellowship, people are like, what the fuck? This didn't even end.
They're
Like,
still walking.
What are we doing? Or Dune, you got Dune Part 1 and it ends, and it's like, that's not the full story. This has a definitive beginning and a definitive ending.
Yeah, but that's not the full story. Just because it's a clean ending does not make it the full story.
No, but it would have been easier just to forget about the second one.
I guess.
Which we should just forget about the second one.
Should we?
Yes.
Giving away content again.
I mean, maybe. Well, maybe we shouldn't. It might be phenomenal.
I'll tell you right now, you're about to say that It Chapter 2 isn't worth the ticket price, and I'm going to disagree with you. Is it as good as It Chapter 1? Well, stay tuned to find out, because I'm not giving away content, unlike Tevis.
I don't even know.
That's why I'm the voice.
You just gave away content on It Chapter 2.
We also gave away content on Langoliers and Graveyard Shift.
Damn it!
We're shooting ourselves in the foot. No, I saw the budget and then the gross, and I about fell off the couch. I was just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
With 10 award wins and an additional 49 nominations. None of them like the big Oscars, but I will say this. It Chapter 1 swept the Saturn Awards.
Of course.
Like, the awards for sci-fi / horror films. Yeah, this swept them.
Yeah.
Although it seems odd that there was not an Oscar nod to it.
The Oscars are kind of uppity.
This is this is a lowbrow film based off a novel. Man, I can't remember the exact. Hold on, give me a second. The douchiest description I had ever heard of Stephen King's writing style is that he doesn't have a silver ear for language. He has a brass ear, meaning that the highfalutin, hoity-toity, the literary authors and the people who read the literary side of things, they're like, oh no, he writes drivel for the common person. And I'm going, yeah, and that's why your professor at a community college reading whatever poem or short story you wrote about a rainstorm on your mom's, when she was marrying that guy you hated at a coffee shop, and Stephen King makes millions of dollars. Eat my ass, you pretentious fops.
Is his favorite movie Citizen Kane?
Probably.
Yes.
Well, if they watch movies.
Yeah. Too lowbrow.
Cinema? Buh.
Yeah.
I quit watching cinema when they came out with talkies. Just shut up.
It's like Ebert. Action set pieces usually bore me. Fuck off.
I don't even remember what I was talking about. But no, it's just, yeah. So the Oscars were probably not going to highlight a horror film written by a man with a brass ear. It's probably because Stephen King never went to any of their pedo parties.
Damn.
Just call it like I see it.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
Oh no. Look out. I'm going to go home tonight. There's just going to be an army of private jets in my front yard. It's like, well, I have to fight a bunch of pedophiles now.
Again.
Man, what was that Ricky Gervais joke about Weinstein?
Oh, I don't know.
Or was it about the other one who committed suicide?
Oh,
Oh,
God. What is his name? Epstein.
He was making an
Weinstein, Epstein.
Yeah. He was making a joke about Epstein, and everyone just went, ugh. And he's like, hey, he was your fucking friend, not mine. But what's great is there was a meme made of that, of the joke, and then you see people, and in the meme, it's Tom Hanks. And I'm not making any accusations. I'm just saying that his reaction was used as the picture in the meme.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about.
But it's him
now.
going like, ugh, like,
Yeah.
Read the room. Ugh. And then it shows below him is a picture of Adam Driver just laughing his ass off.
Oh, God.
It was just like Gen Z and millennials. I'm sorry, not Gen Z. It would have been, what, Gen X?
Yes,
Or
Gen
baby
X.
boomers even.
Oh,
Tom Hanks is a baby boomer.
Is he?
Isn't he?
Sure.
He's in his 60s.
Is he? Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. He is.
Tom Hanks, who had his heyday in the late 80s, is in his 60s.
I don't know. He might be 45.
I don't think he is.
Maybe he was born in 45.
I saw the promotional material for Bridge of Spies, and that dude looks old. Now, I can tell you, though, that he wasn't born in 45, because if he was born in 45, that would put him in his 80s. Ask me why I know that.
Why do you know that?
Because Chuck Norris was born in 45. And, man, I can't remember the dates. What's Chuck Norris's birthday? Look it up real quick. Otherwise, the joke doesn't make sense. And it's hilarious, because if you look it up, it's factual.
Tom Hanks is 68.
Boom. Call it. God damn, he's almost 70.
March 10th, 1940.
Chuck Norris?
Yes.
That doesn't sound right.
He's 84 years old.
That sounds right. It doesn't matter now.
I did all that for nothing?
Yeah.
Oh.
You're welcome. How did we get here?
I don't know how we get anywhere half the time.
And this is why no one follows the show.
Yeah. It's like that state of mind when you're driving and you're not really paying any attention, but you are still paying attention, and then you end up at home. You're like, how the hell did I get here?
Your consciousness snaps awake.
Yeah.
And you're just pulling into your driveway and you go, what the fuck has I been doing for the last 25 minutes?
Exactly.
Oh my God. Is there anything scarier?
No, not at all.
When you just space
Yeah.
while driving.
I did that the other day when I had to go down to do my physical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was just coming home, and the next thing I know, I pop up over the hill and there's our town. And I was like, wait a minute. What the hell just happened to the whole 40-minute drive I had?
That's horrifying.
Yes.
Horrifying.
There's probably body parts under my car, and I didn't even know
You're
it.
definitely dragging at least one trash can underneath.
And a couple of old people.
Freaking old people. And the immortal words of Bandit Healer, get out of the way, you old chooks.
Who the fuck is Bandit Healer?
I feel like that's something
Is it a Gunsmoke?
No.
Oh.
They don't have cars at Gunsmoke, you dumbass.
Could have been a wagon.
Get out of the way, you old chooks. Pony Express didn't stop for shit.
Oh.
All right, are you ready to get into this?
I'm ready to get into this.
It Chapter 1, Bill is sick. He is under the weather, and his little brother Georgie just really wants him to play, and so they make a paper boat.
I really like their relationship.
Because it's unrealistic?
Yes.
I have an older brother. You were /are?
Yeah, he's not dead.
Okay, not yet.
Not yet, no. No, but I think if they made it realistic, it wouldn't have had the impact.
Get the hell out of here, pussy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it would have been. Get the fuck out of my room. What are you doing in here? Get away. But no, I like, because I think that's the way it is in the book. Bill kind of bullies Georgie a little bit.
But again, there's a line between, how do I put this, unnecessary, and there's a certain amount, almost mandatory, to accurately portray a sibling relationship.
Maybe, but I'm okay with them not doing that here.
So am I. I'm just saying, though. It's very Norman Rockwell.
Very Norman Rockwell.
Norman Rockwell?
Norman Rockwell.
Norman Rockwell. You doing all right over there as you're picking shit out of your hand? You animal. What are you doing?
I'm wounded from my float trip.
You're so white. White people love float trips.
Yes, we do.
Day drinking and floating.
And I can float, so fuck you.
No, the canoe could float.
Until I got in it.
You put Thor's hammer in elevator, elevator still goes up. Elevator's not worthy.
Elevator's worthy.
Elevator Thor. For those of you in Europe, an elevator is what we Americans call a lift.
They call it a lift.
That's what I said.
No, you said us Americans call it a lift.
Oh, no, us Americans call it an elevator.
Yes.
And for our friends in Europe, they call it a lift.
There you go.
I don't think I messed that up.
I think you did.
Well, first of all, I never listen to anything you say.
If you didn't mess it up, when I'm done editing it, you will have.
And, and see, this is why I can't argue with you on the air, because you just edit shit.
Yep, just flip.
So it's like, all right, we got the paper boat. It needs wax. So it's like, all right, Georgie, go down in the basement, get the wax.
This is accurate.
This is, well, no, there's a middle part I want to touch on that doesn't seem accurate, but we're going to get there.
Okay.
Georgie's like, okay. And he goes downstairs to the main floor of the house, where for no reason in the middle of the day, during a storm, all the lights are off except for the piano light as their mom sits at their grand piano noodling some haunting ass melody. It's like, oh, obviously someone's about to die because she's just playing some kind of horror song in the dark like a crazy person.
That's all the adults in this movie.
Well, we're going to touch on that too. We're going to get there.
Okay.
But I'm just watching this going, what the damn? But you know what? Now that you say that, maybe Pennywise was fucking with us that early.
I think so.
I think so. God damn, now that we're talking about it, I think so. God damn it, Pennywise. Now, Georgie opens the door to the basement. I believe this is what you were talking about.
Yes.
He opened that door to the basement and looked down, and I'm not going to lie, it took me right back to Georgie's age, 8 years old, at my grandmother's house. They had an unfinished basement that had like washer and dryer and storage, just unfinished basement shit. And for a long time, I just didn't go down there.
I don't blame you.
It freaked me out. Creeped me out. Couldn't do it. Straight nightmare factory. And it's just a basement. Get your feet on your side of the
playing
desk.
with my feet.
Yeah, my feet are tucked under my chair, and your feet are still somehow touching me.
My feet are cold.
Well, let me plug the heater in. You'll warm up real quick on that one.
Oh, but no, I felt Georgie's pain having to run down those stairs. Oh God, yeah.
Did it not take you right back to being a little boy?
Absolutely.
I mean, granted, they didn't have electricity when you were a little boy, but they still had root cellars.
Yeah.
You had to go outside, open the batwing flap doors.
Kill the dragon.
There was the big ooze monster down there.
Yeah. The chest that would open and close its mouth.
Oh, the mimic?
Yeah. Yeah.
Gotta watch out for the mimics.
It's fucking terrifying.
Made you a man, though.
A little bit. Made me pee my pants a couple times.
It's a shame about your leg, though.
It'll be all right.
So Georgie runs down there. He tries the light. Did it not work? Or was it just a real shitty bulb?
Probably a really shitty bulb.
Goes down there, gets the wax, but looks over, and there's the light of what looks like eyes staring at him. Oh, he finds a flashlight.
Yeah, he does have a flashlight.
And that's when he turns and looks, and then it's just like reflective glass of some sort. Catching stray light beams. I don't buy that for a second, though.
That it was just the glass?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Especially now that I'm thinking the mom is under the Pennywise spell. No, that was just Pennywise.
Yeah, I think so.
Just fucking with him.
Yeah, he felt like he was down there.
He did.
From the minute we saw the basement.
See, though, now that we're talking about it and I'm replaying it in my head, I'm like, God damn it, Pennywise. He was in that house following Georgie the moment he left Bill's room.
Yeah.
The only place he wasn't was in Bill's room.
I agree.
Oh, fuck this fucking clown. Ugh. I'm not afraid of clowns. But fuck this fucking clown. But Georgie gets the wax and then bolts the hell upstairs. And again, it took me right back to being 8 years old at my grandma's. And there was one time in particular, Jacob, honey, can you please run downstairs and get the whatever? Because she was on the phone. And this was back in the day. Cell phones weren't a commodity. And, she had the wall-mounted phone with the cord. For the kids who don't know what I'm talking about.
A 3-foot cord?
Oh, no. Grandma had like an 8-footer.
Did she have the big cord?
Oh, yeah. Because what she liked to do is she might be piddling around doing dishes or whatever in the kitchen, but then the phone rings, but she would like to take it. Then, because the phone was in the kitchen, she would take it, answer it, and then walk all the way into the living room and then sit on the couch and keep watching TV while on the phone. So she needed the big cord.
Yeah. That drives me nuts. When somebody's on the phone, I'm talking to somebody on the phone, and I can hear their TV.
Yeah.
In the back, I'm like, "Can you mute it or something? We're having a conversation here."
No, she would just gabbing, and I don't mean that in a derogatory sense. It was just my mom had called, or my aunt or somebody, and they were just gabbing, or one of her friends. It was not an important conversation. But no, I had to go down there to get the laundry basket or something. My little chubby ass had never moved so fast in my life. Perhaps if I had done that more, I wouldn't have been so heavy.
It's like when you go to bed, you're in your room, and you shut the light off, and you try to beat the light from the switch to jump in the bed and get under the covers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or I'm already in bed.
I still do that.
I'm already in bed. I'm basically hiding under the covers already. I'm going to practice the force. I just get the light switch to just turn off while I'm already in bed. Just do it so the things under the bed don't grab my feet.
Exactly.
Man, my brother got me like that one time. He and his buddies. The room was dark. I didn't know they were home.
Oh, hell no.
Because they were hiding, because they were like, we're going to scare Jake. And they just, hands reached out and grabbed my ankles. Just, well, long story short, I threw some pants away before Mom got home. She would not have been happy if she had to clean up poop.
Yeah, I would have shit and then kicked like really hard.
Oh no, I mean I was locked down. I fell backwards, but it felt like my knees were a knee is a hinge, so I understand how redundant this statement is. But it's like my lower leg at the knee were just on a hinge. I fell, but from knee down, perfectly still. I just and just fell ass backwards. Knee down though, totally still, absolutely fine.
Oh,
Bowels evacuated. So no, I commiserated a lot with Georgie. But he goes back upstairs. He and Bill, they put the wax on the boat. We're just now putting wax on the boat, by the way.
Oh, I know.
There's a reason we put off recording this until we were doing it by itself. Sometimes we go into the studio and we're like, okay, let's record 2, if we're lucky, 3 episodes at a time. And then there are certain movies where we just look at it and we just go, no, let's make sure we do this one first, because it's probably going to be the only one we get to.
Yeah, that's happened quite a bit, honestly.
Yeah, and it's going to happen again.
Yes, I believe so.
Bill gives the, boats are she's, Georgie. You always call boat a she. And I like this exchange. Not because it has anything to do with anything, but it's just kind of a fun, interesting way to spice up dialogue in a scene. You've got the older brother teaching the younger brother. They're talking about the boat. They're using, they could have just called it the boat or it or whatever. But no, it added a little more realism, a more of a natural feel to the dialogue. It's like, no, it's a she, Georgie, because you call a boat a she, because you do.
Yeah, and I think it also, Georgie, when he loses the boat, he gets really upset because him and his brother bonded over this thing. And I think if they would have just disregarded the name of it, like that's an important part of a ship.
Yeah,
is the name.
Yeah, because he and Bill put it to, they made it together.
Yes. So I think if they would have just glossed over that, it wouldn't have been as impactful when Georgie loses it. Just that extra little layer of...
Yeah, probably so. So Georgie goes out and plays. Now, I guess, and again, going into the house and the getting of the wax for the paper boat and all that, it, in the novel, as also in the TV miniseries, if I'm not mistaken, takes place in the 50s, does it not?
Correct.
Now, for it 2017, chapter 1 takes place in the 80s.
1989.
Okay. I don't think we really lose anything in the overall heart of the story.
No.
By this time jump.
No, I don't think so.
There are some stories where it's like, you got to keep it in the original intended era.
Green Mile.
For it to make sense. Green Miles, that is a fantastic example. Shawshank, probably.
Yeah.
Green Mile's a better example, though. You're right. But just that's what makes it work. You can time jump with it, and it didn't it doesn't lose what the story is.
Yeah, I think if they would have jumped to the cell phone era, I think we would have lost a lot.
Yeah.
For one, the kids wouldn't be out having fun. They'd be on their phone all the time. Just,
God, you're so old.
I know.
These goddamn kids and their cell phones don't go outside, do anything. Yeah, why don't you just stand on the sidewalk and read your newspaper, you old man?
No, I got to stand on my porch and yell at the people for getting near my lawn.
You know, part of me knew when we got to talking about cell phones, I was like, is Tevis going to complain? Probably. And there it was. You don't disappoint when it comes to being old and or white.
Old and white.
Old and white.
Yes.
Goddamn kids interrupting my day drinking. Get off my yard. Get off your phones. Get off your cellular telephones.
Go outside and get some sun. Stupid some bitches.
So dumb. Ugh. So Georgie, Georgie is racing the SS Georgie. He's got it in the storm drain on the side of the road, the storm gutter, and it's just the water's carrying it, and he's chasing off after it, and he's running down. And I remember making a note because at this point, between the book, the TV mini, like it or not, the TV miniseries, and now this, that the yellow raincoat and rain boots combo is iconic.
Oh, yeah.
Like that is, immediately what that is.
Yeah. Anytime I see anybody in a yellow rain jacket like that, I'm like,
It's like, oh, that's a monster.
It's fucking Georgie. Like, damn.
Right? They're either about to die or they're already dead. Either way, I'm going to leave now.
Absolutely. Back away slowly.
Yeah. Now, I remember this. Anna and I saw this in theaters.
Oh, yeah. Me too.
And it got me. People looked at me. So I have a few different stories from my theater experience in the original telling, because we didn't go over history. We forgot it again.
We did. Damn it. Oh, well.
I don't care.
We can do it before our final thoughts.
Sure. We're watching it, and Georgie's running, but then he's not looking, and he just does a header. He does a header into that like road closed sign thing.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud. And I'm the only deranged idiot monster laughing, just going, and people turn and look at me like, what the hell is wrong with this guy?
That got me too. And it wasn't so much the actual hit, it was the sound effect.
It's the sound effect.
Yeah.
Because you don't see him really hit. You see him get like right up on it, and then it cuts to, there's a black screen for a second that cuts to him in the water. Like,
yeah.
You don't actually see impact. It's cut really close, but yeah, then it's just this boom. It sounds like Mick Foley taking a chair shot to the head. Just boom, and I laugh every time.
Poor Georgie.
He gets up though. He shakes it off. He's tough.
Got a concussion.
Yeah, but it was the 80s. He's fine. 89, he's fine.
Just shake it off.
Rub some dirt in it, boy. I'm
Like my day.
Turning into Colonel Quaritch. Rub some dirt in it. Look at these scars. I didn't leave Pandora. But Georgie has now lost the boat, and he's no longer running alongside it. He's running after it, and it goes down the storm drain. And he's just like, "No, Bill's gonna kill me." That's when we get our first taste.
The eyes.
The eyes from the cellar.
Yes, because they were at first they started orange, and then as he gets closer to the opening, they turn to blue.
Which I paid attention to this because I noticed that when he's luring prey, his eyes are a friendly blue.
Yes,
but when he's hunting, they're orange.
Creepy as hell.
Yeah,
yeah.
And the fact that Skarsgård can do that thing where they bug out and go separate directions.
Yes, that is so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm sure that netted him all the babes in high school.
Who needs them? Who needs them?
Movie star, bitch.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And I like how Georgie's like, gotta go now. weird clown thing. It's like, I'm not supposed to talk to strangers. That's right. Georgie, Pennywise, this is Georgie. I guess we're not strangers anymore.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Pretty good.
And he's like, and then Georgie's like, no, we're not. You know. Can you smell the circus, Georgie? The cotton candy and the peanuts. And what else do you smell? And he's like, cotton candy? Yeah, cotton candy. I'm just going, oh, what the fuck?
And that lip thing that he does.
He gets the
that
line of drool.
Yeah, I was reading, I guess the prosthetic teeth that Pennywise would wear, what the Skarsgård would have to wear for Pennywise, they would cause him to drool like that.
Oh, then you use it.
And the director was like, oh my God, that's fantastic. We got to use that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool.
Oh, yeah, that's just hey, this is the thing that happened. Like, as an actor, and we've talked about this before. It's being in the moment, using whatever you can to your advantage. We talked about it a lot with Jack Nicholson. If he's able to put his full body into a performance, he does. If he knows that camera is right up close, he gives a full body performance with just his face.
Yes.
He's using everything he can. And it shows. That's why his performances are always so captivating. We have Bill Skarsgård. He's got to wear these fake teeth. He realizes these cause me to drool or salivate a lot. How can I use that? It was an issue that he turned into a tool that made his performance better. That's the kind of shit, in my mind, that elevates an actor. Someone who can do that. Because not everyone can do that.
No.
Not everyone can utilize whatever the situation
Take a
is.
negative and make it into an extreme positive.
Yeah.
It's like Heath Ledger. The reason why he would lick his lips like that when he was talking was, I guess,
For the Joker?
Yeah, the prosthetics would like try to curl up, so he'd have to lick his lips to keep them down.
Oh.
So it's like, I'm gonna use that.
Use it.
Yeah, and oh my God, it's so cool.
Yeah. So now it
Such a
has
good-
practicality, but also it serves the role.
Yes,
Fantastic.
and I love that shit. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that shit.
So he's like, Georgie, come get your boat. Bill's gonna kill you. Georgie reaches in. And that's when old Pennywise's face or his mouth morphs into like not talking mouth, eating mouth, and latches onto Georgie's arm.
This terrified the shit out of me.
So, in the theater, I had just laughed out loud when Georgie did a header into the board.
Yeah.
Now, I knew it was coming. I haven't read the book, but I watched the TV miniseries. I've read, I'm familiar with the story, and I knew Georgie gets taken. And even in the TV miniseries, it's not done like this, but we see Pennywise bite
Right.
Georgie, at least how the, was it the 90s
Yeah, for the
TV miniseries did it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't ready for this. And I knew
hell
it was
no.
coming. So again, out loud, and this theater could not have housed another person. This place is packed. I jump because I don't do horror movies well, everyone. I get sweaty and I get nervous. And then my wife is always like, why are you so sweaty? I'm like, mind your business, woman. I jump and I'm holding the popcorn. Now, it isn't a full popcorn bucket in the air, but there's some kernels flying and shifting about. And I go, holy shit! And now, my wife included, don't think she's not involved in this. Everyone behind me, in front of me, to the sides, everyone who was within auditory range of holy shit are now all converged on the source and are laughing at me. And one of the people laughing the loudest to my left is my dear wife. who is all but pointing in my face, laughing at me as Pennywise clamps onto Georgie's arm in one of the most horrifying fashions. Holy shit! And popcorn and shit. And then they almost had to pause the movie so everyone could stop, get their laugh out, laugh at the scared guy. It's fine.
There's a laugh track going as Georgie's crawling across the street.
There
All
was
bloody arm is gone.
You see him crawling with missing arm, and people are missing it because they're too busy laughing at me. I'll carry that scar the rest of my life.
So there was a part of this movie that, in this section, when I watched it the first couple of times, I was like, this is kind of pointless as to why it's here. It's the old woman and the cat.
Sure.
But the more I thought about it, I'm thinking that's kind of showing how the town, all the adults, are kind of oblivious.
They're under a spell.
Yeah, to what Pennywise is happening. Because you can tell the cat knows what's going on.
Yeah, but cats relish that kind of shit. Cats are
yeah.
evil.
The cat's probably like, God damn, that Georgie looks good.
I might be able to finish him off.
Yeah. But yeah, the first couple times I watched it, I was like, what the hell's going on here? Why is this even here?
Let's put a pin in that.
But yeah.
There's more examples coming up that I definitely want to touch back on the old woman.
Okay. Sounds good.
But Georgie's crawling. Also, okay. We talked about, Georgie's got that concussion. He just shook it off, right? Georgie's 8 years old. That kid is tough.
Yeah.
So is he concussed? Maybe. Probably not. Maybe. He definitely got a headache. But you know what? He gets up. He shakes it off. He's still going. He gets his arm bitten off. Actually, look at the way Pennywise bites him. And then look at the wound.
His arm, ripped.
His arm isn't bitten off. It's torn off.
Yeah.
At the shoulder. The bite is just above the elbow and like the bicep tricep area. But the arm is removed at the shoulder. Pennywise tore his arm off. He is crawling with his one arm and his legs away from the storm drain, screaming for help as he's bleeding out. Georgie didn't give up for shit.
No. And the overhead shot of him crawling away and then that Pennywise arm coming
stretches.
Ugh, nightmares.
Yeah. And then it grabs him and just whoop.
Yeah.
And then you just see all the blood wash down the drain.
Washing away. Bye-bye, Georgie.
And that's when the old woman comes back. Deed is done.
Yeah. She's just kind of like, oh, what's over there?
Oh, I think I have to go inside for a minute. Oh. And we're going to talk about it more, but I want to touch on it now. Like the old woman, the arm elongating to get Georgie. That is very much a clown, borderline humorous thing. Because they do that a lot with Pennywise. Now, if you watch the TV miniseries with Tim Curry, they go hard on Pennywise as a legitimate clown.
Yeah.
And tells goofy jokes and does goofy clownish antics. In 2017, It Chapter 1, Pennywise still does goofy clown stuff. But they do it, and when I say they, I mean the writing, the directing, the performance. They've all come together with a very clear idea of Pennywise, and they do it in a way where he still kind of does what should be goofy clown stuff, but it's horrifying because it's so off-putting.
I agree.
It's not the, I'm going to tap on your shoulder. Ha ha ha, you look the wrong way. So you're like, fuck this guy. So you go down the hallway. And so then my hand taps on your shoulder again. You turn and you're like, God damn, where is it? And I'm down on the other end of the hall because I got the elastic arm and I'm just messing with you, right? Because that's goofy and funny. That's Scooby-Doo. It's the same extending arm, but it's not Scooby-Doo.
No, it's not.
Like, are the words do they make sense? Am I making sense with this? Like, it's the same goofy action, but the way it's presented, it's not it's not goofy, it's off-putting in a scary way, and you're just going, "Oh, no, I don't like this."
Yeah, I see what you mean. I understand
Yeah.
what you mean.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
there's a lot more of that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And it's never because I have watched the 90s miniseries.
Oh, I've watched it recently.
I haven't watched the entire thing recently, but I did go back and watch the intro of Georgie and Pennywise.
Oh, yeah.
Just to kind of compare.
Just and the zoom in of his mouth.
Yeah, and just the way he talks, he has like a Jersey accent.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know, he tries to be funny, but he's not really funny, and
Yeah. He's a lame clown.
he is a lame clown. But they almost overdo it in the miniseries.
Mhm.
As to this one, there's always that creep factor
Yeah.
just kind of under the surface.
No, it's on top of the surface. It floats better than you do. And that's with you in a canoe, the creep factor. But like, no, then Tim Curry, when they're in the library and he scares them out of the library, he's like, "Hey, do you have Prince Albert in a can? Well, then you better let him out."
That's so terrible.
And he's got the spinner thing.
Yeah, the noisemaker.
The noisemakers and the spinners.
Mm-mm.
No, they didn't go that way with this one.
That's good.
It is. So, Georgie's gone.
Georgie gone.
And that is when we see the school. It's the last day of school. Summer's starting, and we see Bill, Eddie, Richie, and Stanley just talking about school being out to an extent. And it's just four buddies getting ready. You know, they're dumping all their paperwork and, supplies and whatever in the trash can. They're like, "Man, that feels good to, just that great. School's out. It's summertime. I don't care. I don't care about any of this. It doesn't matter. It's time to have fun."
Yeah, I like the introduction of all the kids.
Yeah.
It does a really good job of showing each one of their personalities, and I like how they all play off of each other really well. They have good chemistry.
Oh, yeah. All these kid actors are actually really talented.
Yes. And I like it that Richie being the jokester and the smart ass, and not all of his jokes land.
No.
But it doesn't take away from the fact. I think a lot of it is almost on purpose, because you could tell his friends have kind of had enough of his shit sometimes.
Beep, beep, Richie.
Yes. Beep, beep, Richie. I like that. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's better. It's actually better that not all of his jokes land, because he's just a motor mouth who just doesn't. He can't turn off.
Yeah, and I think his friends have heard all of this shit so many times and for so long, they're just kind of
immune to it.
They're immune to it. So it makes us, the audience, feel like we're a part of that group too.
Yeah.
At least it did for me anyway.
You brought up a good point. Not all the jokes work. And I do think that's intentional.
I do too.
Because it's just every group of friends, especially at that age, had that friend in the group.
Absolutely.
I was that friend in the group.
I figured.
Shut.
Bill's never given up on Georgie.
No. He can't.
Even though his parents did.
Well, I mean, they did. You're right.
Did.
But I always wondered how much of that is they're trying to move on, combined. Like, how much is Pennywise's bullshit mixed in?
I don't know, because when his dad rips his ass, about getting that map, and because he shows him, hey, here's this contraption I made from the.
I want to talk about that when we get there too.
Yeah, but the dad just rips his ass, and it's like, God damn, you're mad at this kid for not wanting to give up on his brother.
That's where I wonder how much Pennywise comes in.
Maybe. Because
at a certain point, this is just me. because I'm not on medication these days, so I'm prone to fly off the handle again. But I'm not sleepy all the time, so it's a win-win. Well, violent mood swings, I'm not tired. Perfect. At a certain point, I think Pennywise has to be working the adults into this level of despair. Think about The Hills Have Eyes.
Okay.
The hill people take the baby. What does the dad do? He gets pissed, gets a shotgun, and goes into the hills, and then fucks up everybody
Oh yeah.
to get his child. And then the other two kids fuck up a bunch of monsters too. But that's beside the point. I'm just focusing on the dad. If Pennywise, just from a numbers game, at how many kids Pennywise takes every cycle, he would have at least one parent beyond reason angry, beyond I'm going to scare him off, beyond I'm going to mess with them, like beyond I'm just going to hunt and eat this person. Pennywise is going to have a fight with an adult on his hands if he doesn't keep that under control.
Never thought of it that way. But
Would he not?
that is true. Yeah.
And even if the adult didn't know about Pennywise specifically, if he kept but if he didn't keep the adults under his power, under his thumb, he would have adults in the sewers at some point.
That is a very good point.
Like, there's never a police search into the barrens. There's never a police search into the sewers. Even when evidence points to we should check this area, they don't. Because then adults would be in his hunting ground, and he doesn't want that. Excuse me, it doesn't want that.
Very good point.
Because I think it goes into it, not so much in this movie, but in the book and I think in the miniseries they go into it. One of the reasons it preys on children is because children are easier to scare.
Yes.
So, but we see it like he eats adult, like he does what he has to do. But children are the preferred meal. He doesn't want to tangle with a parent, mom or dad, I don't care, a parent who is so grief-stricken at the loss of their child. The single worst thing you can do to a parent is they lose a child. They're going to their mental state will be they will be beyond reason. They will be beyond rational, sane thought. Boo, I'm going to scare you. Fuck you, clown.
Yeah.
No, he can't. No, that's too much a risk.
Okay. I like that.
Otherwise, the dad from The Hills Have Eyes is going to be in the sewers with a shotgun. And he's like, we all float. Fuck you, monster. Bam. Who's next? Bam. Betty rips him. Bam. Oh, that might have been a sanitation worker. Fuck it. At some point, someone would have been driven to insanity, and it would have gotten violent.
That is a good point. I like that.
Speaking of Betty Ripsum, the core losers are outside their dumping, and they look, and they're like, oh, Jesus. Betty Ripsum's mom. Does she honestly think she's just going to see Betty coming out of the school? Like she's been hiding in homeroom for 3 weeks? And you just see this devastated mom scanning the sea of kids coming out of the building. And the police are with her. God.
It's fucking heartbreaking.
Tell me Mrs. Ripsum isn't going to go down in the sewers with a shotgun. While the losers are doing this, we get to meet Beverly as she is sneaking one last cigarette before she heads home in the bathroom.
Before she gets some trash dumped on her.
Yeah. Yeah, she has a reputation.
A little bit.
Now, in the movie, and that's as far as we're going to go with this, because I'm not going into that, the reputation is unfounded.
Correct.
We will say. In the book?
Nope, not talking about that.
No.
Have you? I didn't. I don't know if I asked, but have you read the book?
No.
Okay.
I've read excerpts and I've watched stuff, but no, I haven't sat down with it.
Yeah, me either. Me either. It honestly, when I was a kid, I really wanted to read it, but it was just intimidating.
When you look at the size of it, it's
Holy
a tome.
Fuck, this thing is giant.
Yeah.
And I read maybe 2 or 3 chapters,
Mhm.
and I was just like, I can't, I
Yeah.
can't. So, but I don't remember any of it.
Mhm.
But I never got to that part of the book, either by reading what I read or purposefully going to find that.
Yeah.
Not going to do that.
Fair.
And if you don't know what we're talking about, Google controversial It chapter, story, whatever,
It'll be the
about the
first thing.
kids.
Yeah, it'll be
No,
the first
I'm
thing.
not going to talk about it. Moving on.
But they dump they take the trash can, fill it with water, and then dump the bag on her.
Yes.
And then she gets out of that, and she bumps into Ben,
I like Ben.
the chubby new kid,
I like Ben.
listening to some New Boys on the Block.
I like after she signs his yearbook and she leaves, and he's like, "Don't go away, girl."
That's
That's another song by these guys. And then he takes his bike and he walks away, but his headphones are dragging behind him.
What an accurate kid move that is.
Absolutely.
To have the headphones dragging.
I loved it. I laughed so hard.
And he dropped his little project 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
like
nerves, man. Nerves.
He had that perfect line. It was just a minute and a half too late.
Story of my life.
Well, yeah, but some of your lines had to have come at the right time. You've been married twice.
Yeah, you know, I have some moments.
Yeah, but man, we talk outside of the pod. You have just a trail of broken hearts behind you.
Oh, yeah.
I want to point out that wasn't a disagreement, though. And then we don't meet
Mike?
We don't meet Mike yet, do we?
No, he's homeschooled.
Yeah, he's the homeschool kid.
Yeah. Well, actually, we did, because he's getting ready to assassinate that goat. Or a sheep.
Whoa. He wasn't on a grassy knoll. He works at his grandfather's slaughterhouse, and they slaughter sheep for mutton.
He's going to assassinate that poor sheep.
It's not assassination. The sheep is not a high-ranking political or religious figure.
All I know is the sheep was on the podium trying to give a speech to rally the other sheep.
Don't get... God damn it. No, we're going to have to cut that. What have we talked about?
Sheep assassination?
We're not talking politics. Oh, our followers, we're losing them. I can see the number dropping in my mind's eye. Oh, you were talking about Teddy Roosevelt.
Yes.
He was getting ready to go to that speech. A guy walked up, put a gun in his ribs, pulled the trigger. He was late to the speech, so all of his naysayers were like, "Oh, too much of a coward to show up for his own speech. He knows he has the election lost, blah, blah, blah." I think it was his re-election, maybe. And he shows up, apologizes for being late. Someone shot him on his way here. They scoff. That's the most really... And yet the whole time he's holding his side. OTR didn't get medical treatment right away. And he pulls his notes out and starts reading his speech. And then as he finishes a page, he tosses it into the crowd so everyone can see the bullet hole in the blood. Because the pocket his notes were in was where the guy put the gun. So yeah, his notes have a bullet hole all the way through them and blood spray.
Nice.
And he would just toss them out to the crowd so they knew he wasn't lying. Then he went to the hospital after his speech. Teddy Roosevelt is what we call a man.
Yeah.
The only man to kill a moose with a headlock takedown. He choked it out with his legs. He was just like, "Ugh."
That's an awesome story. I like that.
I'd vote for Teddy.
Hell yeah.
Just he started the bull moose party because he was a bull moose.
I like that.
He wasn't some bitch moose. He was a bull moose.
All I know is that sheep was just trying to watch a play.
His wife had been nagging at him. He's like, fine, we'll go.
We'll go to the theater.
And then boom, Mike. Mike with the airsoft thing.
I don't think it's airsoft.
Yeah, 'cause it's got it shoots with CO2,
Yeah.
but it shoots the bolt thing out that stabs into the brain.
Yeah.
But when the CO2 injection make it airsoft.
I thought airsoft was the pellets.
No, but the gun shoots with compressed air, does it not?
Correct.
Isn't that what makes it airsoft?
Sure.
God damn it. Someone who's smarter than us, which is everyone, put down in the Q&A how that works. What that tool is. So I can get one and kill Tevis and end my misery. Mike is unable to assassinate the sheep. And that's when his grandfather told him, boy, there are two kinds of people in this world. The people on this end of the gun and them, and pointing to the sheep. And you're going to have to make a choice on which one of these two people you are. Because if you don't, someone's going to make that choice for you, and you're not going to know it until you feel that bolt go between your eyes. And I just went, God damn!
Damn, Grandpa.
He's like, when your dad was, he's like, I'm not my dad, okay? And I think that's when Grandpa realized he maybe went a little too far with it.
A little bit.
Given that, as we learned later, Mike's parents died in a fire when he was like 2 or 3.
Horribly.
Yeah. They did, it is confirmed, they did burn to death in front of him, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, and then Grandpa talks to you like that? Damn.
If this were a different Stephen King movie, Grandpa would have felt that bolt between his eyes. But we meet the losers. We also meet another group of boys who are not the losers.
I cannot remember his name.
Henry Bowers.
Henry Bowers. There we go. Stephen King loves this type of character.
Oh, yeah.
The bully.
The bully.
Yes. And this kid who plays Henry Bowers is fantastic.
Yeah, but the one playing Hockstetter is better.
Oh, the tall kid?
With the long dark hair? Yeah,
yeah.
He's better.
Yeah. Yeah, he is pretty good. They go a little hard sometimes. A little too hard.
Yes. Well, Henry does.
And I think what's his name would too.
Hockstetter. Yeah.
I think he would too, because he was laughing it up a few times when they were
going too far
with Ben.
Yeah. You know, we're not going to go far into this one. I was reading an article talking about how Hockstetter as a character and his mental state is actually scarier than Bowers.
Okay.
Using examples from both movies and the book, going into Bowers in his own way, he goes too far, but struggles with restraint, and that there are certain lines he won't cross until
yeah,
with assistance, we'll say,
sure,
from Mr. Wise. And Hockstetter does not appear to show those same qualities
of restraint.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it goes into, and then I guess there might have also been a scene in the book, very similar to the Beverly scene, where Hockstetter and Bowers, yeah,
Oh,
it's Hockstetter initiates, and they're like, yeah, this kid is a legitimate psychopath.
okay. Was not aware of that.
It's deep. If you wanted to get into the rabbit hole, the number of people who have done every kind of social, cultural, political, psychological deep dive of every character, of every scene, of every scenario of it. It's insane.
Oh, I bet. That'd be interesting, actually.
So a lot of it is. But we meet the bullies. And they mentioned that the losers had better get ready for summer because Bill got a pass because of what happened to Georgie. But that shit's over. You all right?
Yep. Scratching my ear like a dog.
If anyone else is looking for a job and you know how to edit podcasts, right into Ticket Price.
So each one of the kids has their own moment with Pennywise,
Yes,
except for Richie.
Richie. Well, only virgins can see that shit.
That's true. I forgot he said that. Uh, I I think I don't know which one's more creepy.
Anna and I, with this watch through, tried to determine which kid gets it worse.
I almost want to say Mike
My vote's Mike.
because that shit is haunting with the hands mimicking the fire coming out of the door,
Yeah,
and then that door opens up and there's Pennywise
on a meat hook.
hanging there behind that curtain,
Yeah.
so you kind of can see him a little bit, a little fuzzy. Like, what was it, eating that sheep?
Well, no, he's like jerking and twisting around.
Yeah, but he has that sheep.
Yeah, but he's also hanging on a meat hook. Like it's all very like for Mike, that shit hits home.
Yeah,
Because well, and that butcher shop he's delivering to
correct.
used to be a African American nightclub called the Black Spot
Oh, that's right.
that caught fire in the 60s and all the occupants died.
That is right.
So we're not quite there yet. Because Bill gets home from after school and now he's in the garage and his dad finds the project Bill's been working on with the hamster tubes. Because Bill, his dad works for City Works. So his dad in his office had a map of the dairy sewer system. Using this map or blueprint, not blueprints, map. He recreates it using his hamster's play tunnels. And he's like, "Dad, check this out." And he's got it rigged up with like the hose faucet. So it would accurately reflect all the running water from the day. And then he's got the little figurine to be Georgie. And I'm sitting here watching this going, Dad needs to get Bill into an engineering school yesterday.
Yes.
Yesterday.
Smart ass kid.
Now, granted, Bill goes on to be Stephen King, but
Yeah, but man, the dad just kind of dismisses it and
we told you to stop.
very much a dick.
Now take all this shit down before your mother sees it. Like, yeah. We have never actually see Bill's parents again. You
No.
see the mom at the piano being weird, like
Yes.
she's Morticia Adams or some shit. You see the dad get angry, and that's it.
Yes. And I mean, every single adult that we see they're all kind of dicks.
Yeah.
Very much dicks.
Oh, yeah. But again, it's
You think it all is Pennywise? Well, with the exception of Beverly's dad.
no, he's part of it.
You think so?
I know so.
Okay.
No, factual. I know so. We'll get there.
Okay.
But all of Bill's testing shows that Georgie, following the route of the water, how the tunnels are laid out, his body would have been swept into the Barrens. And no one has searched there. They need to go to the Barrens. And that's when his dad does the freak out. But the scene is really important. It shows Bill's intelligence. It shows his ingenuity. It shows his drive to find Georgie. And it gives the whole movie plot a goal. We now have somewhere to go. Because before, we know, as the audience, we know Pennywise took Georgie. And that went in the sewers, but that could be anything,
Yeah,
anywhere.
it could be anywhere.
Now we have a location. That's when Bill gets his friends together, and he's like, man, this is bullshit. But no, so Mike is delivering the meat. He sees the burning hands, and we covered that. It cuts to Stan. Stan's getting a book or returning a book from his dad's office. His dad's got some odd choices of art.
Yeah, what the hell?
The flautist.
That is
The fluter. The fluter.
creepy as hell.
The fluter?
Yes. Why?
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 Why? There's no reason that art should exist.
No. Especially not in a office.
Yeah.
Like, that shit should be in a museum.
Behind glass.
Behind glass.
So it can't hurt anyone.
Covered with a black cloth.
It should be in a dumpster that's lit on fire. with the lids chained down so the evil can't escape.
Hell yes.
And it comes to life and haunts Stanley a little bit. Let's see. Oh, then we get the library scene. Ben's at the library. I love this sequence.
I do too.
Ben's at the he has no friends. I don't say that in a hurtful way. He just doesn't have friends.
No,
he's the new kid.
Yeah, he's fairly new.
And you know what? To his credit, and I can relate to this, he has an interest in history. So you got no friends, you got no one to hang out with. You're going to go to the library, you're going to look up shit that's interesting. And we get the vibe that Ben moved around a lot.
Yes.
So he learned that's like, you know, he likes to learn about the town he's moved to. Just come to find out, Derry had a lot more history than the other towns he moved to. So he asked the librarian for the book, The History of Derry. And she gives it to him. And he starts, I'm going to start with this. He starts flipping through the book. And it's tragedy after tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. It's awful. But there's one part in particular, he flips to a part of the book that's about the factory explosion of like 1907.
Yeah, with the Easter egg hunt.
The Easter egg hunt explosion, yes. What was that factory? I don't even know what that factory was.
I cannot remember.
I don't either. But there was a big factory that kept Derry up and running at that time, and it was hosting an Easter egg hunt for the kids. While the Easter egg hunt is going on, the factory explodes, leaving 100, I believe the numbers are 106 dead.
Correct.
88 kids. Holy shit.
Because this is when we zoom in to the tree.
So he turns the next page, and it shows a picture of like the aftermath. And he turns the page, and it's the same picture but zoomed in. And he turns the page, and it's the same picture but zoomed in. And he turns the page, it's the same picture but zoomed in. And he goes like a dozen pages.
Yeah.
Did you notice the caption to the picture?
No.
A grisly discovery.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
There was more to it, but the key words that you can see are a grisly discovery. There's Tevis's phone.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
The third guest host,
Pennywise is fucking with my phone.
The third co-host of Ticket Price, Tevis's phone that he never puts on silent. But yeah, grisly discovery. So as Ben is flipping page after page after page after page, I keep zooming in, and the picture keeps getting closer and closer and more zoomed in to the tree that's in the picture, and then sitting within the boughs of the tree, high up in the branches, the severed head of one of the children that had been killed.
Good. So while he's flipping through this book, did you catch the old lady in the back?
Yeah, I was getting to her, yes.
Yeah.
So we see Ben in the library in the very beginning. We see him in the library. And there's the librarian looking for books, and she finds one and she brings it to him, The History of Derry. Then he starts flipping through. And we see the librarian looking for books. It's all good. Then the pictures start to zoom in. We know, officially, Pennywise is messing with Ben. And in the background, Fuzzy. And if you weren't, and it's easy to miss it.
Yeah, I didn't notice it first 3 or 4 times I watched it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't notice it.
Oh, no, I leaned over and I went, Anna, look over his shoulder. She just goes, oh, no. And the librarian is now just standing in the background, squarely facing Ben. Not facing, but staring at him from behind.
Yeah.
As he flips through this book.
She's got like a weird grin on her face.
Smile on her face. You're just going, oh, God.
Yeah.
So Ben gets scared, sees the head, gets scared, closes the book, turns around. There's a red balloon.
It's coming from the direction of where that librarian was.
Of where she was. Yeah. Down the hall, across the room and down a hallway. And Ben's going, the hell is that? He gets up and follows the red balloon. Also crazy iconic.
Yeah, and nobody else notices it at all in the room.
Nope.
None of the adults.
No one notices him really get up and leave.
No.
And there, sitting at the end of the hallway, going down some stairs, right?
Yeah.
The Easter egg.
Yep. Little Easter egg that's smoking.
And he finds a smoking, burnt Easter egg. And there's another one. And there's another one. And there's another one. And they lead him on a trail down some stairs, some dark, abandoned bowels of the library. And then there's footsteps. Ben turns and looks up the stairs, seemingly his only escape. And this little feet start going down the stairs. How we see this figure, and it's one leg is bent funny, and we see the arms and the hands are gnarled and shaking, and then you get a better look and you realize it's all burnt and it's all charred. And then the shoulders clear the overhang, and there is no head. And then it starts running after him.
Terrifying.
It starts, as best it can, it starts sprinting, air quote, sprinting after Ben. And Ben takes off running. But he's in a labyrinth of shelves and books and bullshit. Which, again, the layout of that room is straight Pennywise.
Oh, I agree, yeah.
And then, hey, fat boy.
Fuck.
And Ben turns around. And the boy is gone, and Pennywise is there.
Yeah.
But think about that line, though. Hey, fat boy. In a different context, it's mean-spirited, but it's just a stupid line from a stupid clown. Hey, fat boy. Could be anything. And it could be taken 1,000 different ways, depending on how it's delivered. But the way it's delivered, at this moment, it's scary.
It's very scary. Yeah.
Just, hey, fat boy.
Yeah, and you turn around and he's got this weird look on his face, like he's getting ready to pounce. And
yeah. Very animalistic, almost like a tiger.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah. And now Ben is booking his ass.
Yeah, and that's when he runs into the librarian.
Then he runs into the librarian. And that got me thinking, wait a minute. If that librarian gave him the history of Derry, how would she be in an office or a storeroom in that basement when she was upstairs? And now I don't think she was ever upstairs. I don't think Ben ever hadn't met her. He had been in the library a bunch of times. He and that woman even have dialogue.
Yeah.
When she gives him the book. Well, boys are supposed to be outside. It's summertime. And he's just like, give me a fucking book, lady. Don't you have any friends? Give me the fucking book.
That wasn't the librarian.
That wasn't her at all, was it?
No, I don't think so.
Fucking Pennywise, man. Just gets in your head all the
Yes.
time.
This movie's good about shit like that.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, and also too, like the little subtle images of Pennywise all over the place, like with the old lady just over the shoulder,
Yeah.
or the moment when they're in the alley trying to bandage up Ben, and Stan bends down to help, and you see on the mural.
Yeah, he's in the mural.
In the mural, and there's all kinds of little spots like that.
Yeah.
And this movie does a great job of introducing those without making them too obvious.
Yeah.
Like you could totally
Miss it. Which then rewards you for rewatching.
Absolutely.
I love that. I love that
too.
stuff.
I do too. My father used to give me so much shit for rewatching movies over and over again.
Because they weren't Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, see,
you know how ironic that statement is?
Exactly. That's why when I found out he was rewatching that, and he would rewatch Saving Private Ryan and Book of Eli, I always thought it was so weird. I'm like, what are you doing? You gave me shit for rewatching movies. And he's like, well, you already seen them. I'm like, yeah, but you don't always see everything. If you watch it again and you look at it from a different perspective, you'll catch different things. He never understood that, and then got hooked on the Saving Private Ryan.
What an odd movie to get hooked on.
I know. I don't understand it.
We're not doing that. We're not going down that rabbit hole again. Ben gets outside and is trying to get home.
Poor Ben.
When he gets caught by Bowers and the boys.
Yeah. How terrible is that? Like, the kid just escaped Pennywise and then runs into fucking Bowers.
So he's on. Bowers catches him. They're holding him down. Bowers pulls out his switchblade, and he's like, "This is the kissing bridge." The locals call it that because it's known for two things: sucking face and carving names. And they lift up Ben's shirt, and he's like, "I'm gonna carve my name into your fat belly," and then proceeds to start doing it.
Then does it, yeah.
But now he starts carving H. Belch, the chubby friend, and I don't know the other friend's name. I only know Belch because I remember seeing it in the credits, and I thought it was it caught my eye.
Yeah.
Because how often do you see the word Belch during credits? But Belch and Q-Tip are like, "What the fuck? No, no, Henry." Hochstetter's about to come in his pants.
Oh, yeah.
He's so into it.
Yeah.
But Henry is legitimately carving his name into Ben. Car goes by. Ben is screaming for help. And all the boys just look. And it's two old people who turn and look at them. And then just keep on going. And as Ben's like watching him leave, like his only hope is leaving, that red balloon pops up in the back seat. Those people didn't see a thing.
Such a great little
just bloop balloon
moment.
And so Ben kicks Henry and then throws himself over the guardrail and down the hill. I mean, the desperation move, but
last ditch effort.
Ditch effort, and and he goes rolling down the hill to escape, and the bullies give chase. The big group of friends, Bill, Richie, Eddie,
losers,
Stanley, they're in the Barrens because the friends agreed they'd go with Bill. They would look. Stanley and Eddie are being little bitches about it.
I like when it's funny, but it's not at the same time when they find Betty Ripson's shoe, and Richie, he goes, "How do you think Betty feels running around down here with one shoe?" And he's like hopping on one foot.
He's trying to lighten the mood, and everyone just looks at him like, "Dude, not now."
Yeah, it's like, God damn.
Because they're like, Richie could be down here. We gotta look. We get the conversation about gray water. They do, they don't, they do, they don't. Bill goes in. Who goes in with him? With Bill? When he starts to go into the sewer opening.
Richie. Yeah.
His best friend.
Absolutely.
Hey, Veronica. This is what best friends do. They do not bitch out on you because they got a little scared. I'm so scared. A best friend is fucking with you, man.
God damn.
Richie was there. Richie was there with Bill. But they find the missing Betty Ripsom's shoe. And they're going, oh God. Because they're about to find a corpse. But before they could go any farther, Ben crashes into the creek. And they're like, the hell? Oh, Jesus, look at this kid. They're like, new kid. But they see he's all torn up, both from Bowers and from his fall through the woods. And they're like, well, we got to help him now. So they take Ben back into town to get him fixed up. But the bullies separated to cover more ground. Hochstetter hears something from the sewer opening and knows it's Ben. And he goes in and he's got his can of hairspray and his lighter.
Little psycho.
And he's just like, got his little flamethrower. I also loved this lighting device as far as a filmmaking sequence.
With the
to use it as his source of light.
Yeah.
But also the audience's source of light. Fantastic.
Yeah, because when he sprays it and then you see those zombies staring back at him, I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah, Hochstetter doesn't make it out of the sewers. Pennywise gets him pretty quick.
Yes, he does.
So rip Hochstetter.
The balloon when he's running down the sewer and he gets trapped, the bars there.
Which again, that's straight Pennywise gobbledygook.
But he turns around and he sees that red balloon floating towards him, and then it pops, and there's Pennywise standing there. I'm like, Jesus.
And he wastes no time.
No.
And goes in and just gets him.
Gets a nice meal.
Oof. Oh, Jesus, I forgot about this scene. The losers take Ben to get him fixed up. He needs bandages bad. Like, real talk, they needed to take him to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
But they go in and they're like, how much money do we have? Not enough for the medical supplies they need, because Eddie is stocking them up. Because Eddie, being the hypochondriac.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks to his mom.
His mom is definitely the fuel for that fire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She also started it.
She did.
And has fed it this whole time. But Eddie is the one with the most medical knowledge. So he's getting the supplies they need, but they learn that they can't afford them. Well, Beverly is also in there looking at tampons and pads. And I love the scene of her because it's like the first time she's had to do this.
Oh, yeah, that wall.
And it's just the wall of options and she doesn't know what she's looking at. So she just grabs a box that seems good enough.
Absolutely.
The first time my wife was like, hey, can you run to the store and pick some stuff up for me? I was like, sure. And I wasn't embarrassed by I wasn't that typical guy of like, I don't want to buy that. I don't want to be seen buying that.
That doesn't bother me.
No, I wasn't. I wasn't that guy. I was the guy who got to that section and just looked at the wall of product and then immediately pulled out my phone and called Anna again. I went, what am I looking for? Because there's like 1,000 of these things.
Yes.
And they're all the same to me.
The last time I've had to go actually get them, I told the person that sent me there, you better send me a picture of what you want because I will get the exact wrong thing.
Yeah.
And I got exactly what she sent me. It was whatever brand, but the picture said 90 count. So I'm like, okay. She didn't need 90 of them. But I'm like, that's what the picture was. That's what I got.
You got the Sam's Club. It's cheaper if you buy them as a gross.
I told her, I was like, if you would have sent me the picture of the tampons or pads or whatever on the side of a semi-truck, I would have went out and stole a semi-truck and brought that to you so that you got exactly what you wanted.
To be fair, it's not like they expire, though.
No.
So, I mean, they won't go bad.
No, they'll be fine.
No. She'll use them. Man, and we have daughters. We're going to be right back into that aisle sooner than we want to.
I am already there.
What?
Bleh.
Oh.
Yep.
Hey, Dad. Oh, shit.
Yeah. I'm just like, let's go get what you need. Whatever you need, let's go grab it. We'll stock up.
No, you need to call your ex-wife. This is why moms exist.
Nope. I'm going to take care of it.
I told my wife if we have a son, which we didn't, but if we had, I would cover all the wiener talk. Right? Wieners, balls, erections. I got it covered. We didn't have boys. I don't have to worry about that conversation. That's not my job.
No, now you just have to warn her when she gets older.
I still have to have a wiener conversation with my girls when it's time, just very different.
My dad said that he was so glad he had boys because he only has one dick to worry about. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're going to have those little fucking sex fiends sniffing around till the day we die.
Oh, God. Yeah.
Where's my shotgun?
Exactly. That's one of the reasons why I started lifting weights. 'Cause I'm like, I'm going to get lean, mean, and buff, and I'm going to beat the hell out of some kids if they start sniffing around too much.
You're going to have to beat the shit out of someone.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
And I'll do it. I don't even care.
If
I'm going to beat the shit out of little Billy, and I'm going to take his little spinner cap, and I'm going to throw it in the mud, and I'm going to step on it.
First of all, at least do a good enough job as a dad that your girl wouldn't go for a kid wearing a spinner beanie. First of all, okay? Second of all, the first time she's going to get picked up for a date at your house, call me or text me so I can come over and you and I will reenact this scene from Bad Boys.
No guns, though.
I didn't say that. I said we were going to reenact the scene from Bad Boys.
You ever seen Den of Thieves?
No.
Oh, man. It's Gerard Butler.
Sure.
But there's a really cool scene in there. 50 Cent is in it.
Yeah.
Normally I'd be like, no, thank you. But he's actually super good in this. But there's a scene similar to that.
Yeah.
Where it's 50 and his sidekick.
Fitty.
50, yeah.
Fitty. You're so white.
I know. But they pull the boy into the garage to have the chat.
Yeah.
And it's just filled with all of his gangster buddies. And they're just like looking at this guy. And they're huge, like Samoan guys. And this poor kid's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. And Fitty says, like, you know, for my entire life, or for her entire life, I've been her sole, she's been my sole responsibility. And he's like, for the first time in my life, I have to give that responsibility up to you. He goes, don't disappoint me, because I would hate to have your mother have to have a closed casket.
Holy shit.
I was like, yeah.
The dad in you is just going, that's what I'm talking about.
I got that scene on repeat.
Right? No, I'm the Bad Boys where you're just like, who the fuck are you? And then I'll stumble out and be like, who the fuck is this? You ever have sex with a man? You want to? No, this is kid's uncle. He just got out of prison. You ever have sex with a man? You want to? No, we'll scare the shit out of some kids.
Hell yes.
Where are we? Oh,
we're gonna have to speed up. We're gonna be like 4 hours.
It's fine. I'm looking at the time. It's all right. As far as when we need to go to bed because we're old.
Yeah.
So Beverly sees the kids all, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And they're like, "We gotta get supplies, but we don't have enough money." She says, "Don't worry about it. Wait for my signal and just leave." So she goes up and she flirts with the pharmacist, Mr. Keene. Mr. Keene is a creep with a capital creep.
Yeah, he looks like...
He kind of looks like Stephen King.
He looks like, well, kind of a little bit, but he reminded me more of Lenny from Laverne and Shirley.
Oh, yeah, but we saw him in Clue, and
yes,
he was a handsome young man,
yeah, but
or a handsome man
with those glasses on, and yeah.
He had some kind of dry skin disorder.
Oh, yeah. And when she says, "Oh, you look like
Clark Kent.
Clark Kent," and he responds, "You look like Lois Lane." I'm like,
I don't like this.
I don't either.
I don't like this.
Why do-
Before it was just a fun scene where this girl was gonna dupe the shopkeep so our main characters could steal some medical supplies, and now it's bad. Now it's real bad.
Yeah, well, why is all the adults in this movie got to be assholes and creeps?
Pennywise.
Yeah.
I'm still getting there. We're not there yet.
Okay.
We're almost there. Stick with me. But she creates a distraction. The kids leave. They start bandaging up Ben. Beverly comes out, and they talk. They leave. They get Ben fixed up. And that's when they decide they're all going to meet up again
At the swimming hole.
at the swimming hole.
Yeah. But that's before Beverly goes home.
Yes. Oh no, Bev hasn't gone home yet.
No, she will though, before the swimming hole.
Yeah, that's why. But they're talking.
Yes.
So they kind of all go their separate ways, and we follow Bev home. Her dad is a strange man.
Yeah. Tad bit.
Say you're still my little girl, Bev. You look like your mother.
God. Why'd you just say it like that?
That's how he said it.
I know.
It was the accuracy that bothered you.
Fucking ick factor going on around here.
Oh yeah. Okay, let's just trigger warning. It has to be there's the elephant in the room, and I have to bring it up. We're gonna bring it up, and then we're gonna move on. If you're sensitive, skip forward a minute. He diddles her, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like constantly. Okay.
It's never outright stated, but it's heavily implied.
Heavily.
Yes.
Well, we're not there yet, but yes. All right. Trigger warning over. It is safe to resume the podcast. No. Oh, but going back into that scene. But, safely.
Yes.
Did you notice what he's watching?
No.
He is watching a children's show where it's a bunch of kids sitting around like a teacher.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And
yes.
she's just talking whatever. Just put a pin in that.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Then we go to Eddie's house because they're all going to meet up, but they have to lie about where Eddie's going. Man, I had a friend who was he wasn't a hypochondriac, but his mom we're just going to say overprotective. And we're going to say that she had a very particular personality.
Okay.
She was real joy to be around. And it would just be the most mundane shit we would be doing. We wouldn't even be doing anything bad, which we did do sometimes. We were boys. What are you going to do? That's a separate story. But we'd have to lie to her. Otherwise, she wouldn't let him go. We'd have to lie to go play football in the
Was she
field.
just afraid he was going to get hurt?
I don't know what.
Or she just didn't want him to have fun?
Yeah.
All the above?
I don't know what the deal was. But she was not a happy woman. I don't think she was ever happy. But she was only, I'm going to use the word content, if he was locked in his room.
That way she didn't have to worry about him.
I swear to God, I was one of two of my buddy's friends she would let in the house. For whatever reason, she liked me enough.
Jesus.
She liked me enough that I could come in sometimes. But you couldn't, he was the friend that we could never just hang. You know what I mean? Like, we did as much as we could, and we snuck him out of his bedroom window a couple of times, but he really wasn't cool with doing that. To my knowledge, we never got caught. He never got found out. But he was already.
Really?
Yeah. But it would just be like, but these kids are lying to Eddie's mom so they could go do some reckless shit, right?
Croquet line.
We're gonna go play some croquet.
Jesus, Bill, spit it out.
Yeah. You want a kiss from me too, Mrs. K? Eddie, where's my kiss goodbye? Where's my kiss goodbye, Eddie? And Eddie goes over, sorry, mommy. Eddie, sorry, mommy. I don't like it. It's not Beverly, but I don't like it.
No, I don't like that either.
But Eddie gives his mom a kiss on the cheek. You want a kiss from me, Mrs. K? All right, that was a good one.
That was a good one. Richie does have a few really good ones.
Yeah.
But more than not, they don't land.
Eddie goes over and kisses his mom bye. What's she watching?
Yeah.
She is
She's
watching
that same show.
The exact same children's show. It's not even just that it's the same show, it's a children's show. All the adults watch it.
Yeah, because
all of them.
What's his face is Eddie Bowers. Blech. Henry Bowers.
Yeah.
His dad was even watching it.
Yeah, we haven't met them yet, or the dad yet. But yeah, the dad. All the adults that we see watching TV, they all watch this show. It's the Pennywise show. He is brainwashing them constantly. He's exerting his power and dominating their minds constantly. You know why that woman didn't do anything when Georgie disappeared? Pennywise. From the get-go.
Yeah.
Those old people in the car? Pennywise. From the get-go.
Yeah, I guess I didn't catch that.
They're all watching that kid show.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So the kids go, they meet up, they're having fun. They're going to swim in the quarry. Bev shows up. They are kids and they are playing.
They're having a good time during the summer.
Then they're all like, they're out of the water, they're drying off, they're talking, but Bev is sunning herself, but still in her underwear. Those boys are young men in this particular scene, as they are all
feeling it,
admiring the work of art that is a beautiful woman.
Very well put.
Thank you.
And I love when she actually looks over at them. They're all like, oh, and look in different directions.
I got a comic book. Yeah. I'm looking at this comic book here.
It's upside down.
Yeah, definitely not just staring at her.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
But that is when... Oh, I also loved all the tidy whities. Classic. We all wore tidy whities at that age.
Absolutely. Never again.
Ben starts telling them about Derry and all the towns he moved to, but Derry is different. The rate of missing persons is 6 times the national average. And it's worse for kids. Way worse. That's when he takes them all back to his house. They go in his room, and he shows them all the research. And that there is all these major catastrophes that make up Derry's history, and the same sequence of timeline they follow every 27 years. Something terrible happens.
He is a hell of a detective.
We have recently watched a number of movies that involve detectives. Ben puts all of them to shame.
Absolutely.
Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon 1 and 2, iRobot. Am I forgetting one?
Oh, I'm sure.
If Ben, as a boy, as we see him in It Chapter 1, if Ben had been on the police force, he not only would have captured the bad guys, he would have done it legally, under the purviews of the Constitution and his job.
Within 20 minutes. There wouldn't even have been a movie.
He wouldn't have needed Hansel and Gretel. Hansel?
Hansel?
Hansel? Hansel? Does anyone even get that Looney Tunes reference anymore? Hansel? Hansel?
I do.
See if you can find that sound clip.
I'm gonna look for that now.
Looney Tunes. Hansel?
Hansel.
Hansel? How many more times can we say Hansel?
I'm gonna sneak it in a few more times.
Hansel? Hansel? Hansel?
The kids split up. Eddie's going home, where he meets. He's walking by the old crack house on Neibolt Street, and he encounters a man.
Yeah, a little bit of leprosy.
Just a smidge,
Ugh.
just a touch of the leprosy.
He drops his pills, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's trying to get his medicine, gets too freaked out and spills his pill case. He's 10 years old and has one of those old people pill cases that have the days of the week on it, and each day is filled to the
Completely
brim.
filled.
And he drives like shit. And he has to pick up his medicine, and then a hand hands him a pill. Do you think this will help me, Eddie?
Doesn't he have one on his tongue?
That's later.
Oh God.
No, this one he just
Yeah.
picks up.
That's true.
Man, my impressions.
That was really good.
I could be Pennywise.
You
I
could.
just can't do the eye thing.
Have you tried?
Yeah.
Let me help you. Hold on, I got a pen.
Hey, I'm gonna hurt myself.
It's gonna stick that way.
And Eddie encounters a leper. He runs through the Neibolt yard. Leper's chasing him. He gets to the back fence. He turns around. Leper's gone, and there's just an inverted pyramid of red balloons.
I love this.
And who's holding them? Pennywise.
It's so just off.
Yeah.
It's because
Do you want a balloon?
I don't understand why whoever thought of it having the balloons in that particular shape.
Yeah.
It's such a good move.
It's one of those things where it's like, that's odd. But again, it's an idea that could be odd or stupid or not work. But when delivered in this, the fact that it's odd or off kilter help.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because it just distorts our perception of the scene as far as like, this isn't just some, douche clown holding balloons in an odd pattern. Fuck this guy. It just, it warps everything into this just like, this isn't right.
Exactly. And I love it.
And Eddie escapes through the hole in the fence. Then it cuts to Beverly in the bathroom.
Very much a Carrie moment.
Yes. Although Carrie came before it.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Yeah.
Bev doesn't burn the town down with her mind powers, but it might have been better if she had.
Yeah. 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 At least smash all the damn TVs.
So, what we did was we sent the X-Men into the sewers. And Beverly, portraying Jean Grey, murdered Pennywise with her telekinesis.
Yeah. It turned into a phoenix? I don't know.
Much shorter story. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na. Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
That's X-Men 89.
No. God, I love X-Men, the original X-Men cartoon from 89 to 99, whatever it ran, and then X-Men 97. Phenomenal.
I still have yet to watch X-Men
Oh,
97.
phenomenal. Wait, get the webcam going. We'll just do TikToks of Jake exuberantly reenacting theme songs. Beverly Hills Cop.
Quick, A-Team.
Dun 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 dun. Fucking love the 18.
I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know why, but at least once every 2 months or something, I'll wake up and that song will be stuck in my head. And I'm like, I haven't watched anything A-Team related in years.
You just wake up with overwhelming sense to kick some righteous ass.
Absolutely. And have a mohawk.
Oh my God. We need to get you some men's or some keeps or something, and we need you to get a mohawk.
Wait, isn't Keeps like boner pills?
No, keeps is hair loss.
Oh. What am I thinking of?
Boner pills. Wait, do you need boner pills?
Hims? Hims?
Hims. That sounds right.
Okay.
Do you need boner pills? I'm not judging. I mean, you're a man of a certain age.
I eat them like Skittles.
You may need some assistance.
Yeah.
You need a wheelchair ramp for your wiener.
And I'm hung
You-
like a doorstop now.
Yes. Rigid.
So if you see me over here, just just ignore me.
Please add
Just-
that sound effect.
Just keep on talking.
Oh my God. Like a doorstop, ladies. Jennifer Connelly, like a doorstop. Yeah, she's not going to email us.
No, not at all.
Betty starts hearing whispers. That's where we are.
Beverly.
I'm sorry, I was scanning my notes and I saw Betty rips them. Beverly's in the bathroom and starts hearing whispers from the train. That's not good. And then she's like, hello. And they're just like, help us. It's Betty. It's Tommy. It's, fucking whatever. And is it at that point she gets her dad's tape measure?
Yes.
And it's 1 foot, 2 foot, 5 feet, 12 feet. And it goes the full 24 feet of tape measure.
Yeah, and when she pulls it back out.
Hold on. I want to pause here for a second. While watching this for the show, my wife's watching it with me. She saw the inches and went 222 feet. I went, no, hon. Or, centimeters, whatever it was, 212. I was like, no, 24 feet, hon. No tape measure that you just wear on your belt goes 200 whatever feet.
That's a heavy sumbitch.
You're gonna need a suspender. You're gonna need suspenders to hold up your belt that's holding the tape measure.
Hell yeah.
Continue.
No, she pulls that thing back up and it's all that hair and
blood and hair
from when she cut her hair.
Yeah.
Previously, after her
dad
father
sniffed
it.
You smell like your mother.
Oh.
To be fair, I hated her ponytail. Hated it. Looked awful.
She looks a lot better with the short hair.
The bob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A whole lot better.
Oh yeah. So I'm saying I hated it. And I'm a guy, I like longer hair. I like long hair. So my wife has long hair. Let me rephrase. I don't make her have long hair. But she knows I prefer longer hair and she keeps it longer on her own accord. Just like I keep my hair shorter because she prefers shorter hair. This isn't some weird relationship thing where I force her to have long hair.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up, Tevis.
Hey.
You're just mad no one can force you to have long hair.
Is she wearing like a red gown with a white, like Handmaid's Tale dog cone?
No one can see your hair except me.
I want you to wear this, but only show one eye.
Flash me some ankle.
That's hot.
Never say that again. That's hot.
That's hot.
Get it, Helen. Show some ankle, baby. Hair and blood on the end of the tape measure.
So then, she ends up getting that eruption of blood and hair.
I immediately went, Sam Raimi?
In her mouth?
On her face. She took an Ash from Evil Dead level of blood to the face.
Yes. And it soaks the entire bathroom.
So you're saying Carrie moment? In my mind, I'm thinking Evil Dead. I'm thinking this is a Sam Raimi homage.
I like that too.
Especially because it just hits her right in the face, mouth open, just blah. And it drenches the bathroom in blood, leaving her a screaming, gibbering mess curled up on the floor, and rightly so. I'm not using these descriptors as a downput.
Oh, no. But that's when her father comes in,
Bev, what's wrong?
and he can't see any of the blood.
The blood. Don't laugh. The blood. What blood? Can't see it. Bev, you're starting to worry me. And he leaves. Just fucks off. His program's on. He's got to go watch his program.
I'm going to make a change to what I said earlier.
Okay.
All the kids have their Pennywise moment.
Except Richie, because only virgins can see that shit.
Richie.
Because only virgins can see that shit.
The one I find the creepiest is Bill's in the basement.
That is our next scene.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Man. He goes down those stairs and the basement's flooded because he sees this figure running across the stair or the floor upstairs. So he follows it and it leads him down to the basement. And in the corner, there's Georgie talking to him.
Sorry, Bill.
And then his face starts to change.
Decompose.
Yeah, and there's Pennywise pops up his head just barely up over the water above his nose. And he's like he's using Georgie as a puppet.
Mm-hmm.
And because you can even see when Georgie's talking, Pennywise's mouth is moving. And then Georgie's body just splashes down face first in the water. And Pennywise comes barreling up out of there, shaking and twisting, screaming, and Bill fucks off, runs up the stairs.
My man.
But then Pennywise face plants on the stairs and then just slowly like looks up at him and then slides back down into the water. Holy shit.
And not just face plants, like tooth plants. Like his teeth embed in the stair.
It's creepy. I love it.
Yeah, this is all the right levels of, oh, God.
Yeah. That's probably my favorite moment other than the opening scene with Georgie.
I can relate a lot to Bill. Which honestly, I think a lot of people, I think everyone can to some extent. Like I can relate a lot to most of the losers, but that's because they're well-written characters. The audience can empathize with them and relate to them. But Bill does not have my rage issues that I'm no longer medicated for, by the way. Did I mention that?
No, not at all.
Do you know how pissed I would be if the thing haunting me starts using my deceased little brother as a way to get at me? Motherfucker, you got me, and I'm gonna macho man my ass off the top of these stairs with the elbow. He's gonna get more than he thought. You're gonna bite me, I'm gonna bite you.
What do you think Pennywise would have done if he like slammed his head into the stairs thinking he's gonna scare the shit out of him?
And then Bill was just closer than he realized,
Elbow
and
drops
American History X'd his ass on the stairs.
Yes. Movie over.
And then Pennywise went, I'm full, and just went back to sleep after he got fucked up.
American History X. That's nice.
His teeth were already half embedded in the wood.
Halfway there.
And then Bill curb stomps him in the basement.
Oh, yeah. And then Bill has to go tell his friends, I took care of that sumbitch.
You remember the clown that got your friend? I got his head. Oh my God. Goddamn clown just popped up. Bit my goddamn hand off. Cut me down in my prime. but I tore one of that bastard's eyes out. Look at that. Oh, jeez. You're a sick man, Chubbs. You're a sick man, Bill.
Oh,
Happy Gilmore fits into every
it
scenario.
does. I like that.
R.I.P. Carl Weathers. So Beverly brings the losers over. She wants to know if they can see the blood in the bathroom because it hasn't gone away.
No, and I like that they have to clean it up,
Yeah.
and it's just a fun little montage of them doing the work.
But it's the friendship.
Yes,
It's how close they are and that they're in it together.
absolutely.
And then they get it cleaned up. Beverly doesn't have to live with that shit anymore. Because she definitely lived with a blood-soaked bathroom for like a day.
Oh yeah, and that was her safe haven.
The bathroom, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they go down to the creek where they find Bowers and his goons terrorizing Mike.
Yes.
And they're like, leave him alone. What do you get off of him? And Bowers sees Beverly, and there's a rumor that Bowers and Beverly got it on at some point. And he's like, you losers are trying too hard. All you have to do is ask, and she'll give it to you. And then he rubs both hands down his crotch. And then Ben, who's secretly in love with Beverly, gets angry and hucks a rock at his forehead.
Rock war.
Rock war! Now, to be fair, I've had a rock war
I've
too.
had a rock war
Yeah.
too.
What a horrible game.
Terrible.
There's no good ending to a rock war,
No.
and yet all kids play it at some point.
There's a couple of moments in this rock war that have just terrible, like blue screen, green screen shots.
Oh, sure.
It's awful.
You bet.
Would you?
Bam.
I like that, and I like the music that they play too over the Metallica. But,
Yeah.
but I was watching it, and it popped up with that horrible green screen. I'm like, why? Why would you need it for this?
Because they don't have kids hucking rocks at each other.
Yeah, but you could just get, the shot of all the kids on one side throwing the rocks over the camera, and then flip it and do the other way. I don't know.
Yeah, but in my mind, I think, I don't know this for fact. I'm probably wrong, but I don't think they wanted to just have like one set of kids. Then like they wanted both sides in frame.
But
So they probably had multiple plates that they comped together.
maybe, but man, it was for this movie having such great special effects with Pennywise, and just to fuck it all up with some stupid green screen moments. I'm like,
Well, at what point do you just get a bunch of rock-shaped and colored dodgeballs and
something.
just let the kids go to town?
Have a good time.
Yeah. But they the losers fight off the bullies and rescue Mike. Mike becomes part of the group, and we have the Losers Club. Finally, the Losers Club, they begin talking and realize that they all have experiences with the clown. Except Richie, because only virgins can see that shit. But they go to Bill's house, get the projector set up,
Yes.
because Ben from the library has a slideshow square slide showing old Derry, the original Derry layout.
That's right. And they lay it over the map.
Over the map that Bill's dad has of current Derry to try to figure out where the history that Ben has uncovered meets the reality of what they know in the modern day. And it all adds up to the house on Neibolt Street. The crack house.
They call it the well house.
Yeah. Well, I think they started calling it the well house because they learned that it was the old well house before it became. But no, multiple times, like Richie and Eddie call it the crack house.
Oh, yeah.
I love this moment. I know graphically it's not as good, but it has everything, in my opinion. They see it. They have figured it out. They know where it lives. And Bill is like, we go there and we find Georgie and we kick this thing's ass. Yeah. And everyone's like, maybe? And then the projector starts turning slides. But there's only one slide in the projector. And yet on screen, it starts showing images of a family vacation of Bill and Georgie and the parents. But the wind is sweeping through in the shot, and Bill's mom's hair covers her face. And just like the pages of the book, each slide shows a different, slightly closer image as it begins to zoom in on the mom, and we see her hair blowing, and then it starts to recede back.
Yeah, I love this.
And they're just like, holy shit, turn it off! And they kick it over. They try to unplug it. It doesn't stop. They kick this thing over. It falls on the ground. Slide out of it. It's done. And the pictures keep on rolling. And it's Pennywise. And then everything goes dark. And then the projector kicks back on. And Pennywise with his huge praying mantis arms is just emerged through the wall. through the light of the projector.
Scared the shit out of me.
This was another moment I just went, oh, God! And everyone laughed at me in the theater. And I took down every single person's name. It's a separate issue.
You're still working on that
We
list?
all float, motherfuckers. No, that was 2017. That list is done.
That's got it done.
I have new lists of being wronged. You think the Punisher has issues?
Jesus.
Just can't let it go, man. Like some kind of the Punisher meets the original Casey Jones. This is for you, lawbreakers. Even machines must obey the laws of men. There's a hot reference for my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fans.
Oh.
And he begins, but I'm not gonna lie, I don't know with Pennywise. Do you think he's trying to kill them, or do you think he's just...
I think he's just messing with them.
He's messing with them. If he wanted to get one of them, he would have.
Yes. I believe so.
He's just seasoning.
Seasoning, making that meal that much better.
But they get the garage door open. The light floods in. Pennywise is gone. And Beverly is coming to terms with almost dying again.
Yeah, she's had a couple of moments.
So that's when they're like, F it. They go to Kneebolt.
I like this moment.
The Kneebolt moment?
Yes. But I also have issues with it.
Sure.
I like all the little games that Pennywise is playing with the kids.
Oh, yeah. You guys are lucky we weren't measuring dicks.
I like when Eddie goes into, not Eddie. Richie goes into that one room with all those clown statues, and you can even see one that's dressed similar to
Tim Curry. The Tim Curry clown.
But there's a moment when Pennywise mimics Eddie and his head comes up out of that mattress.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's like, you want to play Lukey? I hated that. I thought it was dumb.
Yeah, that wasn't a great one.
No. And then...
But in the grand scheme of... If it was by itself, be like, but in the grand scheme of things...
I'm being nitpicky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm being nitpicky. But, and the moment when Eddie goes through the floor and falls into the kitchen and breaks his arm. That arm looks fake as shit. Attached to his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But they make up for it with Pennywise coming out of the refrigerator.
Now, that refrigerator looks exactly like Elon Musk's torso. That big 1950s Frigidaire.
But man, when Pennywise opens that up and comes just contorting out of that thing, that effect is flawless.
Can we pause here for just a second?
Sure.
What is it about contortionists that are just creepy as hell?
Because people are not supposed to bend that way.
It's real life uncanny valley.
You should not be able to suck your own butthole.
But I wish when you wish upon a star. Geppetto, you freak.
Lie to me. Lie to me.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh no. Eli
Mm.
Roth will. No, I'm sorry. Tim Roth will not be joining the show. Fuck Eli Roth. I don't want him on the show.
Oh, me either.
I always confuse him with Zack Snyder. No, Tim Roth will not be joining the show now. Hot lie to me reference. Hot lie to me reference.
I'm sorry, what?
When you. But no, think about it. You know, Pennywise or every Exorcist film since the original, it's all contortionists.
Oh, yeah.
And you're just going, no.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Was it the original Exorcist where that spider crawl down the stairs?
I don't think so.
I don't remember which one that was.
I don't think that's the original. She's pretty much just in bed.
But man, that whatever movie that's from, bleh,
Yeah.
nope,
No,
don't like it.
not a fan.
Mm-mm. Well, it's like, Bray Wyatt.
Oh, yeah.
He could do that. Yeah, he could do that in the ring.
Yeah.
And every time I ever saw it, creeped me out. I'm like, I don't like it.
Especially a guy his size should not have been
Yes.
able to do that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yeah, R.I.P., man. He was so awesome.
He
I liked
honestly
him a
would have had
lot.
a better career as a filmmaker. Or
Oh.
maybe a screenplay writer or something than a wrestler.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. So Pennywise is about to end their existence. Beverly comes in with the wrought iron fence post and stabs it through his face
Fantastic.
like a boss.
Fantastic.
Okay. Of the Losers Club, Beverly has the biggest nuts, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Maybe Bill, but I think it's Beverly.
Bill has a bigger stake in the game.
True.
Beverly is just there helping.
She got nuts.
She's
Bill has purpose. Beverly got nuts.
absolutely. And I love that.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I'm thinking about now. Screw it. Tangent time. Because we haven't had enough of those this episode. To hell with it. How many times have we talked about it? Strong female characters. Every time some dipshit film company is like, we're going to make a strong female character, and it's going to be Captain Marvel, it's going to be Wonder Woman, it's going to be, whatever. And it fails every time because the character sucks and the movie sucks and whatever theme they're portraying sucks, and whatever their message is, it sucks. It sucks. You know who's a strong-ass female character who is both strong, realistic, and you can look up to? Beverly Marsh.
Yes. Yes, she is.
Beverly Marsh kicks ass. Beverly Marsh is 13 years old. And yet she is a better, stronger, and more realistic strong woman character than, I use woman in air quotes because she's 13, than anything purposefully being produced in Hollywood.
Yeah, she's on par with Ellen Ripley.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
she
like
really
that.
is.
Yeah, like she's not forced to be there. She's there because she wants to help her friends.
And yet her presence there, whether her bravery or her camaraderie with the guys and the fun they're having, or when they're scared or whatever, it feels genuine.
It does.
It's not forced. It's not fake. It feels real. It's, how do I put this? Beverly Marsh as a character, and I don't know the actress's name, but she does a phenomenal job And I cannot stress that enough. Adult Beverly Marsh could have been on the Nostromo, and she would have handled her shit like Ellen Ripley did. Beverly Marsh could have left Maine, moved south, met up with some Southern friends, and become one of the Steel Magnolias. And yet her as a character is so strong and real and believable that she fits in that kind of setting too. Because if you're a strong, realistic character, you can fit in any scenario. That's the benefit of being strong and realistic. Also, anyone out there, male, female, I don't care. If you haven't seen Steel Magnolias, you need to watch Steel Magnolias.
It's fantastic. Or at least I think it is. I don't know. It might not be.
It's in the hat.
We'll have to watch it.
Every time I do, I cry. You want to get
we got to do that right now. We got to do that right now.
If you want the big fucking baby award chart to start leaning more my way, Steel Magnolias, I promise you, I will get on the board for crying. Gets me every time.
So will I, though.
All 4 of those characters in Steel Magnolias are strong, believable, and you can look up to them. And when you take a strong, believable female character like Beverly Marsh, tell me she wouldn't fit in like the Julia Roberts role.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, she would.
And not just the actress who does a phenomenal, but I mean the character. Beverly Marsh could have been Malin's daughter.
I agree. Sophia Lillis is her name.
Fantastic. Actress. She is so talented.
She is.
So talented. And if you, for whatever reason, are slumming it on the internet and hear this episode and you want to join us, we would love to have you on and talk about your favorite movies.
Absolutely.
And I hope one of them is Steel Magnolias.
Or Driving Miss Daisy.
No.
No? I love Driving Miss Daisy.
That's fine. I have no witticism for that.
Miss Daisy's phenomenal character.
She's no Malin. Sally Field is in my top 5 Hollywood crushes of all time for a reason.
Nope. Can't do it.
I can.
She reminds... Never mind. Not even going to say why.
How's your mom doing? Is she busy?
That's why. She reminds me of my mom.
You never invite me over to those family barbecues, man. I thought we were friends.
I was going to that one time, and then I was like, wait a minute.
I'm going to see your Sally Field lookalike mom.
Sally Field, nope.
I'm going to get that Pennywise drool going down my lip. The flying nun,
and
hot.
Your eyes will start
flying
crossing.
Flying nun can fly and sit on my face. I don't think I would go, whoa.
You want a thuck face?
No, sit on my face is what I said. No, Sally Field is, she does a lot of things for me. So, just going back though, Beverly stabs Pennywise in the face because she got nuts, because she's a strong, believable female character that we need more of. Pennywise retreats, the kids leave. And we have a bit of a freak out moment.
Yeah, and Beverly is there to try to bring them all back together, too.
She's honestly the only one on Bill's side.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, because Richie sure should not.
He's going through some shit. And then Bill punches him in the face, and that doesn't help. Why are you laughing when I said Bill punches him in the face?
I was just replaying that scene in my head.
Where Bill punches him in the face, and you're just like, eat shit, Richie.
That actor, Finn Wolfhard, is such a good actor. Oh my God, it was so funny.
He just goes down.
He does such a good job. All the kids in this movie
are really good.
Really, really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, I thought him as Richie was spot on.
Oh, yeah. So the losers split up. Henry gets his knife back, kills his dad. What's his dad watching? That fucking show.
That show, yeah.
Kill them, Henry. Kill them. Kill them all, Henry.
So I think it was in the book, from what I understand, from what I read, not actually reading the book, but Henry actually was supposed to have killed
The two friends.
the friends.
There's a deleted scene.
Is there really?
So there's a deleted scene where Henry kills his dad, goes and gets in Belch's Corvette, and the other two friends are dead in the back seat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with their throats cut.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't get to see this at all.
No.
And I don't know if it's ever really brought up. Not even in the sequel.
The friends?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Nope. But there is a deleted scene. You see their throats cut in the back.
Yeah, it just always seemed kind of odd. Like you see him kill his dad, and then the next time you see him, he's all alone.
Yeah.
So it's never really explained.
Oh, and then Beverly's dad gets aggressive. He found out his little girl, who smells like his wife, has been hanging out with a bunch of boys.
Yeah, he's not real happy.
No, and then he definitely throws her to the floor and mounts her.
Yeah.
Remember how you're like, they don't explicitly say it? I feel like now they're
Now they
explicitly
are.
because
Yes.
he mounts her
Don't like that.
between her legs, like
I do enjoy what she does to him, though.
the ball kick,
That and the toilet lid.
the toilet tank lid.
Yes.
I have told my wife many times, if you ever find yourself like in the house and there's an intruder and you're in the bathroom and you're looking for a weapon, toilet tank lid.
Yep.
That will F up anyone.
Yep. Beverly Marsh, that sumbitch.
And so she goes to her only safe place, the bathroom. Dad kicks the door in. She's hiding behind the shower curtain. He throws the shower curtain back and she levels him with the toilet tank lid. Honestly, though, there is something in this scene that I went, that's not really believable. The way the toilet tank lid broke, it would have knocked the dad out and would have fucked him up. It wouldn't have
I don't
shattered
think it
like
would have
that.
broke.
I don't think it would have broke.
I don't think so either. And I almost wish it wouldn't have. It would have made the impact more
Visceral
and forceful and
Yeah.
just
because the breaking
awesome.
the breaking of the object creates, whether it's true or not, but it creates a sense that there was some kind of give
Yeah.
because the physical integrity of the object broke. If you see someone get hit with a baseball bat and you just go, oh, because that bat doesn't give an inch.
Nope.
That toilet tank wouldn't have cracked.
And there's a moment here too, when the dad is laying on the ground and he makes that gurgling sound or like a moan or whatever. That apparently wasn't originally there.
Mm-hmm.
Stephen King watched it and he thought maybe the dad was dead. And he said something to the director, and that's the director put that moan, that groan.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I almost wish he wouldn't have. I just want the dad to be dead.
I see your point. But again, there are certain things.
I understand why they didn't.
It would have lessened our empathy for Bev, whether we agreed with her doing it or not. There comes a point where you're like, holy shit, she just killed him. And now it muddies the water.
I see that. But in my mind, when I'm watching it, I don't hear the moan.
Just mute it and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Put my fingers in my ears.
There you go.
Fuck that guy.
So she's looking over her dad and she's just like, oh shit. Turns to leave. Pennywise! Just Undertaker's her ass.
Ready to choke slammer. Yeah, that's what I was getting ready
Boom.
to say.
Hand around the throat, picks her up off the ground. That is when Bill, something's come up. He's got to talk to her. And he goes to talk to her. No one answers the door, but was it slightly ajar?
I think so.
So he kind of comes in. He's like, Beverly, no one around. goes in the bathroom, finds Dad laying there. It's like, holy shit. Then written in blood across the ceiling, if you try, you will die.
Okay, two things. The door Beverly was trying to leave earlier, the door was padlocked.
Correct.
Why is the door open now?
Pennywise.
Well, why?
He had to leave somehow.
He just like
It's just
searching the dad, like looking for where's those goddamn keys?
yeah. And then he's got Beverly in a large a comically large bag like Santa, and it's just like yee his ass down the street, you know.
And two,
Pennywise.
why did he leave a
Pennywise.
note behind after taking Bev?
To lure them. What do you mean? Wait, how are you even questioning that?
It just seemed a little hokey.
Pennywise is hokey.
Yeah, I guess.
He wants now Pennywise doesn't just want. He's not hunting them. He wants revenge.
For earlier at the well house.
For stabbing him in the face. Pennywise knows the losers will get back together and come for her. So he's leaving the breadcrumbs. You don't have to worry about Bev. You know where she is. I have her. You know where I am. He's trying to get everything in place for the revenge. Because he's got Bev in his lair. Losers come to Neibolt. Pennywise sends Henry to Neibolt. Between Henry and himself, they're going to kill the losers. He would have even killed Bev before they got there, except she has honking nuts and isn't afraid of him.
Good point. Okay.
Thank you.
So that's why we do this.
That's why we do this.
Yeah.
Because now Bev talks shit first. So Bev gets taken. Bill finds out. Bill rallies the team. Because they're like, what the fuck you want? Richie, anyway. The fuck you want? You hit me in the face again, you prick? And he's like, it has Bev. Like, fuck. It took one of the losers. Our fight is over. Our argument. We got to get back together and do this thing. And then they do it. But while they're getting together, Beverly is in Pennywise's lair. We see his old clown carriage from the circus days. We see all the kid toys. That's creepy as fuck.
Yes.
And then she sees the floating bodies of the actively missing kids. How do I put this? Georgie's up there.
Possibly.
No, I'm pretty sure Georgie's up there.
Possibly.
You don't think so?
Maybe.
Why are you being vague?
Possibly.
Shut up. I'm done talking to you. Now, Bev is looking for a way out. That's when the door, or not the door, but the stage
of the carriage.
Yes, the stage, the carriage opens to reveal the stage. And the background is hell.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And it's Pennywise doing that little dance he does.
It's off-putting.
But
the camera sticks like on his head. So his head doesn't really move properly, but his body, it's weird.
And here's the thing.
And I like it.
What we have is a clown doing a goofy little dance. Okay.
He's got a serious look on his face, too.
Yeah. Do you mind?
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Shut the fuck up.
Paint. Come on, Bob Ross.
I'm trying.
Paint.
So, the idea, we have a clown on a stage doing a goofy little dance to Jack in the Box music. Essentially. And you're like, okay, that's whatever. But they took the idea that like the Tim Curry version takes too far. They made Tim Curry too much of a clown. In 2017, they still have those goofy clown elements, like now, but it's distorted in a way that you're just like, oh no, I don't know, no, I don't like this. So the background is hell. The music is an old wind-up crank, like phonograph, but it's distorted and wonky. So it's not quite right, and you're going, nah. Pennywise starts doing his little jig. He has a deadpan expression. I wouldn't even call it serious. I'd call it lifeless.
That's better.
He has a lifeless expression on his face, and the way it's filmed, his body is dancing. His head doesn't move at all. And now we as the audience, even if you don't necessarily catch it the first time watching, we know that something isn't right because now his head is not following the physics as we understand them in our world. That's off-putting, especially if you can't identify it. So now we have the creepy background, the off-kilter music, the dancing, the head doesn't move. And then it all starts to speed up. And it gets faster, and it gets faster, and it gets faster. And it's honestly, if you think about it, it's the exact same buildup to the scare, or it's the exact same buildup of the tension from the library when Ben was going through the book. It got faster, got faster, got faster, got faster. It was the same buildup in the slideshow. Slides start clicking faster, faster, faster,
Yeah.
faster. And now this music picks up pace. Pennywise is dancing faster and faster and faster and faster and faster and faster. And Bev's like, oh fuck, I gotta get out of here. And then she goes for the exit when Pennywise springs to life, dives off the stage, and jumps in front of her. Uh-oh. And he grabs her. And she's like, my friends are gonna come. He's like, oh, I know. I'm gonna get them too. But first, I'm gonna get you. She's like, okay. Do it, pussy. I'm not afraid of you. And he begins to scoff. But then he thinks about it, and you see him. You see the gears turning. He's thinking about it. And then he smells her. Not like the way her dad would smell her.
Yeah, the creepy monster doesn't smell her
Like the other
like
creepy
the other
monster.
creepy monster.
But he smells her, and he realizes she's not lying. Well, she's not afraid. That spoils the meal. Pennywise feeds on flesh, but he can taste fear, and fear is his favorite seasoning. That's why he's been fucking with everybody this whole time. She's not afraid. The meal isn't ready. He can't. I mean, could he just kill her and do whatever? Yeah. He could kill her, he could eat her, he could just finish it. But that's not satisfying. He wants it done right. So he spares her. He wasn't going to. If she had been afraid, she would have died. She's not afraid. So he says, you're gonna be. And he shows her the deadlights. I honestly don't know how to explain this. The actual entity are the deadlights. There are 3 orbs of light that just kind of move in a circle. They're the creature. And they can take the form of whatever. But their most common form is Pennywise the Clown. So Pennywise shows Beverly his true form, the deadlights, which sends her into a coma?
Yeah, she's in some sort of trance.
And her eyes roll back in her head, and she floats. And she just hovers up a few feet, and there she is, just waiting.
I really like this idea of him feeding on their fear, making the meal that much more appealing.
Yeah.
It's a great way of explaining as why he fucks with these people all the time.
Right.
And
now,
why he tries to scare the hell out of them.
You don't have a horror movie full of near misses.
Exactly.
If he wanted to, he'd have got them.
Yes.
That's not what it's about.
No, and I like that a lot.
Yeah, it makes it worse.
It does. Because
But-
like, will he actually get them?
I don't like this.
Because he could, I mean, anytime he wanted to,
Yeah.
but he's not. He's making that meal that much better.
Mm. Horrifying. The losers meet up at Nebolt. They go in, they go down the well, and that's when Bowers attacks. And Mike's the last one to go down the rope into the well, and that's when Bowers strikes. And he's about to kill Mike with the sheep gun.
The sheep assassination gun. Yes.
Mike pushes it away as the trigger's pulled and fights Bowers off, kind of gets Bowers off of him, rocks him a little bit. Bowers is now kind of staggered at next to the well. And old Mike apparently is going to take up football in high school because he hits Bowers with the damnedest shoulder tackle.
He initiated that hit stick so freaking hard.
What?
Did you ever play Madden?
Oh, yeah.
You got the hit stick, buddy, but blam!
I don't know why I don't like the phrase hit stick.
Why? What's wrong with the hit stick?
Because I can go home and give my wife the old hit stick, if you know what I mean. Penis.
Like a doorstop.
Oh.
Oh,
And everyone just goes, oh. But Mike tackles the shit and sends Henry careening down that well.
he goes down that well like a fucking missile.
Because he got hit by a truck. And that truck is Mike.
Holy shit. Yeah. Mike is in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
Damn.
Had he left Derry like the others, he'd have been a linebacker.
Absolutely.
So they go down. That is when Stan wanders off. He gets separated. And he's attacked by the fluter. Flute your flute, Stanley.
When they find him,
So the rest of the group are like, fuck, where's Stanley? They catch up.
God.
There's Stanley prone on the ground. Pennywise, in the guise of the flautist from the dad's picture, is eating eating Stanley's face.
Literally. Yeah.
Literally, his entire mouth is enveloping specifically Stanley's face. He is about to bite down and take half of Stanley's skull with it.
In the way when the light shines on him and that mouth kind of the skin of her lips like go up and you could see the gums and
Yeah.
everything. Disturbing.
And they all just go, holy shit!
Yeah.
But she backs off
Yes, she does.
because she decides, oh, okay, well, I could, but I'm going to keep fucking with him.
Yeah.
Because he backs off, and then the flautist pokes her heads out, and they're all like, ah! And then it disappears. And then Pennywise sticks his head out. They're like, ah! He just keeps messing with them. Stanley wakes up from his stupor. He's not okay.
Oh no, he's pissed.
You bastards! Woo! 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 He's not okay. And what's crazy, I didn't notice it the first couple times I watched, but if you look, you can see the bite indentations going like down his forehead, down his cheekbones,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, and I love at the end when he's got that thing wrapped around his
yeah, he has a bandage around his face,
wrapped
like he's
around
got
completely his
mumps.
face.
Like, for the bite wounds. So they rescue Stanley. That's when they find Bev. They continue on, they find Beverly, they pull her down, but Bill wanders off because Bill sees Georgie.
There's a moment here
Mm-hmm.
that when they walk into the room, they all look up and they see
Yeah.
all the kids floating. And I don't know why, but it bothers the shit out of me. Stan is the one that says it. He's like, look, it's all the missing kids. They're floating. I'm like, yeah, we can kind of tell that. You don't need to tell us.
Oh, unnecessary exposition.
Exactly. Yeah. And because we've already seen it once
Yeah.
and we see it again, and then they need to explain it to us. I'm like,
Perhaps it should have just been one of the kids going, "Holy shit."
yeah, something.
Yeah.
But just,
Richie, what the fuck?
yeah, I'd be all right with Richie saying that.
But they're getting Beverly down. They can't wake her up. Ben in a
Spit it out. Spit it out, Bill.
Ben in a last ditch effort kisses her, and everyone just goes, what are you doing?" If you look, and they all go,
Well, yeah, because when he sticks his tongue down her throat, they're like, you didn't need to do that, bud. What are you doing?
too far,
Yeah.
far. She wakes up.
Yes.
And then they're like, "Oh, thank God." And then she's looking around. She's like, "Guys, you're all here. Thank you, we're all together. Where's Bill?"
The moment with Bill and Georgie, even though I knew that wasn't Georgie, there was still like a part of me that when he hits him with that,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
It's heart-wrenching. So Pennywise, again, he's not even being scary. He's just being a bastard.
Yeah.
He's taking the form of Georgie. It's like, "Why'd you leave me, Bill?" "Well, I'm down here because of you, Billy. Why?" And you're just going, "What the this I get it's messed up, but I get messing with the kids to increase their fear because that's your thing. You're just being a bastard."
So yeah, Bill hits him with that.
But it's unloaded.
It is.
Bill doesn't know that.
Oh no, it's loaded because he does hit him with it, and it works, but he doesn't get to reload it.
Oh, that's what
Yeah.
it is. Yep. So Bill, it uses it and assassinates Georgie. Georgie hits the ground, starts convulsing, and then again, it's almost comedic.
Oh yeah, with the legs popping out.
Each limb, one at a time, pops out to full length and clothing of Pennywise. And then he comes fully formed and sits up. And Bill's he's just like, "Fuck it, gonna let him have it again."
Yeah, and that's when Mike's like, it's not loaded.
It's not loaded, but Bill doesn't know that.
Right.
Now I take it, I see it two different ways. Bill pulls the trigger, and Pennywise has a very visceral reaction.
Yes, he does.
The first reaction is nothing happened. It's not loaded. And Pennywise is just being a dick.
I didn't take it that way.
I'm just saying, there are two, I
Okay.
see it two ways. But as we learn, Pennywise feeds on fear. He is empowered by mental energy. He can be strengthened or weakened by imagination, for lack of a better description. Bill doesn't know the gun won't work. So Bill believes the gun will work. So when Bill pulls the trigger, the gun works. Because Bill believes it, which means it affects Pennywise.
Right. That's how I took it. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But you can see.
Oh yeah, I can see both ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the way
Bill believes.
Bill believes, just like it's Neverland.
No! I don't think there's fear in Neverland. Although there are a lot of kids that Pennywise would have been able to eat.
I think he ate Rufio.
Nobody wanted Rufio.
Even Pennywise is like, this guy tastes like shit.
He just went, nah.
Just ignored him. This is like everybody
Like
else.
everyone else, he saw the corpse and was like, and
Yeah.
just stepped over it and kept going. What a douche. Fight breaks out. I think this is actually kind of a cool fight scene because Pennywise is like turning into different shit, and the kids are all just beating him down with whatever they can find.
Yeah, I like this a lot. It's like he gets those crab arms and like tries
Yeah.
to stab Mike.
The mantis arms.
Yes.
And then he's got werewolf claws at one point. He turns his head into a mummy head and the bandages wrap around Ben and then like is pulling him closer to his biting mouth.
Turns into Beverly's dad.
Yeah. That was a bad call. Because that just pissed her off.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That didn't scare her one damn bit.
As the fight ensues, though, Pennywise he gets enough of an upper hand that he gets Bill, like grabs him, has Bill in his clutches, as it has a hand on like the top of his head, another hand around his throat. Like he could break Bill's neck right now if he wanted to.
I like this moment.
And he's like, I'm going to kill him. I'm going to kill you all. Or you all just leave. Go. And you'll live long, fulfilling lives. And just leave me this one. He and I'll disappear. And you'll never see me again. He's trying to make a deal. Leave Bill. And Bill's telling him, do it.
Yeah.
I'm the reason you guys are down here. This is my fault. Do not die because of me. He was okay paying the price for his own mistake. He didn't want them to pay the price because of his mistake.
Yeah, and then Richie, the best friend.
I told you, Bill. First, you make me walk around in shitty water, and then you punch me in the face, and then you drag me down here, and that's when he pulls a baseball bat out of the pile of garbage. Excuse me, discarded children's toys. Garbage.
Have some respect.
And now I'm going to have to kill this fucking clown. And Pennywise is like, who? And Richie just gives him one.
Love it.
Hold on. Hey, Veronica. This is what a best friend does, God damn it. You think for a second, I tried to put myself back. I'm 10 years old. And if I close my eyes, I can picture my group of buddies from when I was 10. And I've got friends now. You, Cole, I've got friends. But man, it's in another Stephen King movie. Stand By Me.
Oh, yeah.
Based on The Body.
Yes.
But at the end, Richard Dreyfuss, as an adult, adult version, writing the story out, says they've never had a better group of friends than when I was 10 years old. God, did any of us?
I know, right?
Think back to those friends you had when you were 10 years old. And it's true for all of us. You've never had or will ever have a group of friends like that.
No, I 100% agree with that.
I would not have left any of them in the clutches of that fucking clown. I would not have left any of them with that fucking demon from the Ouija board. And I do not believe for an instant they'd have left me. Not that group of friends. Not at that point in time. Not the connection we had and the shit we had been through. I believe this moment wholeheartedly. And Richie, as a true best friend, Veronica, whoops that clown's monkey ass. As they all do.
Yeah, it's pretty downhill from there.
Pennywise, his laundry gets folded. His muffins get baked.
Yes, they do.
I'm making up expressions as I go. His butter gets churned. Oh,
what?
Wait.
No.
No, not that one.
Not that way.
No one churns Pennywise.
That was in the book. That was in the book. That's how they got out of the sewer.
No, we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it. Oh my God. No one churns butter in the movie. in the movie. Then they just beat the piss out of Pennywise, and they're about to finish him when he kind of does a backwards roll into a second sewer well.
Yeah.
A second well. I don't know why it's there.
For Pennywise to get away.
Escape hatch.
Yes. I like the head effect.
The disintegrating.
Yes. I like that a lot.
And just fear.
And then
And bloop, down
just
he goes
falls.
into his hidey hole. The losers escape. And happy ending.
Yeah, they do their blood oath.
They do a blood oath. If it ever comes back, they'll come back. And they'll deal with it.
Question.
Yes.
Blood oath.
Yes.
Isn't it supposed to be cut to cut?
I don't know. Having never done a blood oath. But I think the spilling of blood is enough. You are committing to your word enough to spill blood on it. Or sacrifice blood for it.
Okay.
And then they're holding hands. That's fine.
Yeah, I just...
In a bloody hand circle.
If you... In the 80s.
Bloody hand circle. Hashtag band name.
So, do you know how I know this movie took place in 1989?
Street Fighter?
No.
Okay.
The movie theater.
Oh, yes, because it is on the marquee, it shows Lethal Weapon 2. Damn it, what's the other one?
There's Batman.
Batman. It's Batman, Lethal Weapon 2, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5?
3 or 4.
4?
Maybe? I can't remember
3,
that
4.
one.
Yeah, one of the later Nightmare on Elm Street, because
Yeah.
I noticed that too. I talked, and I was like, hey, look, Lethal Weapon 2.
Best summer of my life.
You've got young people in Derry fighting for their lives, and you're just over here going, movie theater.
I'm at the theater. I don't care what they're doing. I'm watching Lethal Weapon 2. I'm at Batman. I got Indiana Jones to watch. Ghostbusters 2. Don't even care about what's going on with those kids.
Your own friends might be in danger, or you'd have no idea.
I got too much popcorn in my mouth.
Too much butter on your chin.
Absolutely.
Oh. Now, a couple of things.
Okay.
I wish, and in my mind, it's headcanon. It's headcanon. When Bill pulls the trigger, not on Georgie, but on Pennywise, man, he needed a line in there. He just needed something as he pulled that trigger to smite the devil, right? Just
nailed them both.
Just been revoked. Just fucking, Lethal Weapon 2.
I don't think that would have worked.
Or in my mind though, I always want him to be like, don't you ever impersonate my fucking brother. Bam!
He should have just went full Kurt Russell.
Yeah? Fuck you. No, that's Richie.
That's true.
Or Beverly.
That would have been either one of them, yeah.
No, just don't you ever impersonate my fucking brother. Boom. As a writer, I wouldn't be able to help myself. He needed a line.
It would have just started right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And then boom. And especially because it didn't kill him anyway, and then we'd be like, oh shit. You give and that would be such like a kid thing to do, to give the action hero line, and it's just fucked up. It doesn't work anyway.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Also, Pennywise preys on children because it's easier to scare them. He can turn into monsters and be creepy, and the charred headless body, or the leper, or the whatever. What do you think he'd turn into to like scare adults? Like crippling debt?
Yeah.
I'm the mortgage payment.
An IRS agent.
Oh, I'm a giant wedding ring that's going to collapse around you to symbolize your fear of commitment. Like, what does he do to scare the adults? I'm a high interest credit card.
God, I'm terrified now.
I'm the third wife, Tevis. on the tampon aisle. No! God!
I'm here to take half of your shit.
Again! I'm the divorce attorney. You've been. He'd fuck with you by leaving serve papers. Knock on the door. You've been served. No!
Oh.
What does he turn into to scare the adults?
Oh. That hurt.
Your soul?
A little bit.
We did go heavy on you for some reason.
Oh. It's okay. I'm used to it.
I mean, you're always welcome to fire back. You just wait till Sarah or Jason is here. You wait till you have a team.
Oh, yeah.
And then you guys fire
Yeah,
back.
absolutely.
See how it is. I have to take you guys out one at a time. Damn it, Sarah. Quit siding with Tevis. You know it's wrong. Your parents would be ashamed of you. Actually, your parents would be ashamed of you if they found out you were on this podcast. You're an adult and your parents would be ashamed of you. No, my parents are still ashamed of me. Ah! It's a Pennywise, and it's just like, ha ha. You're an adult, and I'm gonna manifest of the representation of your parents' pride that they never showed you. Like, no!
I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
I'm that knocking sound your car engine keeps making. No! I'm ignoring it for a reason.
It's almost paid off.
2 more payments. Come on, baby. I'm just saying, I'm just curious to know what he turns into. All right, final thoughts.
All right. We not doing history?
I'm not gonna lie, we kind of covered our history.
That's true, a
It's
little
like
bit.
we saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
We've seen it multiple times since then.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything?
No.
I got scared multiple times in public and everyone laughed at me. It was like that dream where you like go to high school and then all of a sudden you're in math class and for no reason you're just in your underwear and everyone turns and points and laughs.
You were in your underwear at the movie theater?
I did jump out of my pants a little bit. I had to try to change my pants. They were filling up, okay?
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Final thoughts.
Final
Go ahead.
thoughts. All right. It, Chapter 1, 2017. I love this movie. I had forgotten how much I enjoy this movie because I own it. It's in my collection. But I don't know why. It'd probably been a year or two since I had seen it. And we've watched a lot of other stuff for the podcast and watched a lot of stuff with my wife or my kids or whatever. And I just hadn't thought about it. Then we pulled it from the hat and I went, ooh, this is going to be good. And you know what? I wasn't even worried about it. It's like when we pulled Braveheart. I just went, nah, I have no concerns. Lethal Weapon 1 or 2, it's fine. Green Mile. There are certain movies that I've been nervous about because I liked them in the past and then I don't like them. Shining, Young Guns, etc. But there's a handful where I just knew. I was like, nah, I'm going to watch it. It's going to be fine. This was one of them. And this movie's got jump scares. It's got building tension. It's got a cool monster. It has fun, empathetic, believable heroes. It's so good. I'm all in. It, Chapter 1, 2017, worth the ticket price, 100%.
Okay. When I heard they were doing an It movie, I was excited. Because I've watched the miniseries and I didn't like the miniseries at all, but I liked the idea of it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the very first image of Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise.
Oh, the reveal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I hated it.
Oh,
I
not where I thought that was
thought
going.
he looked terrible. I thought the costume was dumb. I thought his makeup looked kind of cheesy and terrible. The hair, I don't know. I just hated the whole thing.
Yeah.
But then I saw the trailer. And I was like, damn. Went to the movies, fucking loved it. And we pulled it from the hat. And I got a little nitpicky.
Sure.
Good things first. All the kids are fantastic. The characters are good. It has some extremely creepy moments just from Bill Skarsgård himself. Nothing to do with the visual effects, just his portrayal of Pennywise.
Hmm.
I love this character. Now that I've actually, you actually see the movie as a whole and you see him in motion and the way he delivers his lines and the looks that he gives. From seeing the original still image that I got to see of it, and I'm like, God, that looks like shit, to him in motion. I was like, okay, I feel better. But he is by far the best thing about this movie.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the bad. There's a few effects issues with, we talk about the green screen, Eddie's arm, that flute lady. The more I watch the movie, the more I'm like, man, that is obvious CGI.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I watch it, it just kind of loses a little bit for me. Some of the characters aren't really given a whole lot to do. Like Mike, he's just kind of there most of the time.
He fucks up Bauer.
Yeah, I get that, but the director, he kind of likes to hold on certain areas a little too long. He just kind of makes sure that the audience is aware. Like when he zooms in on the head of that kid in the tree, it seems like it's a little too long, or he zooms in on areas to make sure we see it, like the newspaper articles with Pennywise in the I think it was like a courtroom or something.
Oh, it was the signing of the town charter.
Okay, yeah, you see Pennywise there, and it would have almost been better if it was played like that old woman in the library, where we see the entire thing, but we don't specifically get shown him in the frame.
Mm-hmm.
We just kind of find him almost like Where's Waldo. Again, super nitpicky. There might be maybe a little too many jump scares.
Mm-hmm.
It relies heavily on jump scares. But overall, this movie does have its flaws, but it does not take away from my enjoyment of this movie. And I've watched this 30 times probably. The kids, I love how they play well off of each other.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said earlier, their chemistry is really phenomenal. And I genuinely cared about every single one of them.
Yeah.
Even Stan. Because he just kind of, he's one of those that's just kind of there.
Yeah. He is the most wienery of them all.
He is the most wiener of them all.
Damn it, Stan.
But all in all, no, this movie is worth the ticket price. Fantastic. Fantastic movie. Watch it if you haven't. Watch it again if you have.
Man, we're all out of order. This whole episode's effed. All right. Ratings.
Jesus Christ!
Shut up. You didn't catch it either.
I just did.
All right. IMDb. 7.3.
Okay.
It's too low.
What?
It's too low.
Yeah, way too low.
Rotten Tomatoes. 85.
Okay.
Too low.
I still say that's too low, but that's better than 7.3.
Where do you put it?
I would say 90.
That is the exact number I had in mind.
Yeah.
9.0, 90%. That is exactly where I was. All right. Esquire. The movie falls a little flat in its tone, relying on quick, visceral, visual scares rather than slow building underlying tension and mood.
Okay, I kind of see what they're talking about there, but
Ebert.com.
okay.
It, capital I, it, is deeply unsettling. At least he is in this latest incarnation. 3 stars. I'm okay with that. 3 stars I'm okay with. Maybe 3.5.
3.5.
But I don't like the decimal. I'm not a decimal guy. That just overcomplicates things. If you have a 1 to 4 scale, it's 1, 2, 3, or 4. It's 3.
Yeah, but I still feel like 3 would be too low, so 3.5.
Sure.
Yeah.
You're ruining the scale, but
I
sure.
know. I ruin everything.
Yes, you do. All right. We're all out of order. This whole episode's effed. I don't know. It's also been like 4 hours long. So we're going to wrap it up here because I got to go home and go to bed.
Me too.
All right, everyone. I want to thank you all so much for listening. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you had some laughs. Hope you watch It Chapter 1 from 2017. Unanimously agreed, worth the ticket price. I want to take a moment to thank you all again, not only for listening, but if you're following the show. What?
We're just going to ignore the hat?
Oh, shit. God. We're just fucking all over the
I was
place.
like, wait a minute. I don't know what we're watching
Oh,
next.
and I didn't thank anybody. Shut the hell up. Where's the hat? God damn. We are falling apart. You got to quit making us reschedule because every time you make us reschedule, we're just off our game. Where even is the hat?
Magic of editing. I'm going to put this all in the proper order.
You're not that good an editor.
I know.
Not for how badly this is screwed up.
It's over by you, and it's your turn.
Oh, boy. All right. Looking in the
God
hat.
damn it.
Looking in the hat. I love my turn because I get to look in the hat. Still looking in the hat. Looking in the hat. Praising Jesus. Looking in the hat. All right.
Please be Steel Magnolias.
Oh, my God. I'd watch that right now.
Hell yeah.
I love Steel. Or do I love Steel
He's
Magnolias?
giving away the goods.
Maybe I don't love Steel Magnolias. It's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking. And I just want... I just want to hug those ladies. Like the scene when the older two are in the football team's locker room and Esther's just looking at all the hanging dong. Hilarious.
I don't remember that.
Oh, yeah. It's all right. You ready?
What are we doing?
Do you want a hint?
Yes.
I know that this film won multiple Oscars.
Okay. Titanic? Are we doing Titanic?
I swear to God, if I ever have to watch James Cameron.
Oh, please be Titanic.
I'm an 84-year-old woman. I'm going to tell you a story about this really great lay I had once. And I'm going to take forever to tell it. No. Although it does have a lot to do. It has a lot of similarities with the movie we just did. Lots of lambs. Possible assassination of lambs.
Huh?
What?
Assassination of Lambs.
Yes.
I have no idea.
No, that'll give it away. Hold on. I can think of just a bunch of lines from the movie that would be a hint, but they're not a hint. It would definitely just give it away. Arguably, the most prolific and greatest serial killer based thriller / horror movie, if you see it that way, I guess.
Copycat.
No. I don't even know what that is.
Sigourney Weaver.
I do like Sigourney Weaver, but no. Although we do get another strong female character.
I'm drawing a complete blank. I can't think of any serial killer movies right off the top of my head.
Silence of the Lambs.
I'm not even going to lie. I have not seen this since it was originally released on home video.
The VHS.
Yeah.
Man, my parents had the VHS of this, and the cover always creeped me out.
Oh, yeah, with that moth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went, on the mouth. Nope,
Mhm.
I'm out. No, thank you.
Nice. I'm excited for this.
Jodie Foster, Sir Anthony motherfucking Hopkins.
When did that come out?
91?
I don't know.
Two?
I'm guessing 91. Hey, look at that. 1991.
91.
Yeah, I have not seen this since 91.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Tevis and everyone else, stay tuned. Next week, we visit Silence of the Lambs. What are you doing? Oh, I don't like it. You just turn the computer around to quit showing me the picture. Actually, I don't know what's worse, the cover art, or if you look to the right and it's just Anthony Hopkins' sinister face.
Giving that creepy ass look.
Yeah. All right. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a good one.
Or is it?
No, I mean like episode.
Oh,
because it's a scary movie and I don't do scares well.
that is true.
I know my wife is going to be very excited because she's like, "Are you doing scary movies?" I'm like, "Yeah." Oh, I got to be there. Okay. And then she like plans a whole date night around it because she just to watch me suffer. I don't think she likes me.
But isn't she mad when she has to wash her underwear?
No, she makes me do it.
Oh, okay. In the sink?
Just no, because that's where dishes go. I have to hose them off outside.
Do you take them off when you go out there, or do you carry them out?
Well, I carry them out, obviously.
Okay. I didn't know.
I just don't take the time to put anything else on
That's what I was
because
wondering.
I have to hose myself too.
Like a bidet.
I with the hose. I don't have the seashells.
You can always ask your neighbor to help. Hey,
know-
Bill,
You
come
know,
over here a minute.
I have a few neighbors I don't get along with. I have some neighbors I do get along with. I don't think any of them are going to help hose me down.
Well, if they do, let me know.
You know what they say? Good neighbors, good fences
Good
make good
fences.
neighbors. Yeah, our fence won't.
It's not tall enough.
That boundary won't be passed for ass hosing. I don't like that. No, wait. No, none of my neighbors come over to my house to hose my ass.
Not very good neighbors.
Wait. They're not like hosing it. They're like hosing it.
No, they're hosing it.
They're not hosing it.
What if you make it like a little stabbing motion?
Because they're not gonna hose.
They're gonna
it.
stab and turn.
Well, now I know why you've been divorced twice.
So when you're outside naked,
I still have a shirt on.
yeah,
I'm
of course you're not a fucking animal.
Full Winnie the Pooh.
Are you tucked?
No. Like
Silence of the Lambs?
Like what's his face in
Bill.
Silence of like Bill?
Wild Bill?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And are you doing that little weird dance
Well, I am doing a weird dance, but I'm not tucked.
when you're spraying your shit?
Would you fuck me? I'd fuck me. Yeah. I'd totally fuck me. No. But I am like, I'm not doing like a sexy dance. I'm doing like the water is cold kind of dance. Like, because I've got to spray myself down.
Yeah.
And spray off my drawers.
I understand. Okay.
And I got my shirt on.
Of course, you're not an animal.
Thank you.
Welcome.
This isn't weird. Why do you keep making it weird?
When the police show up, they'll make it weird.
Are they gonna hose me?
Probably Rambo style.
What does that mean?
Like in a jail cell.
Oh, in a jail cell. Jail cell. Tevis' Southern's coming out. So how was Oklahoma? Jail cell. Although that's got some like Florida panhandle to it.
I like Florida.
So white.
I can't wait to retire there.
So white. You'll never retire.
No, I won't be able to.
Especially if you move to Florida, where the cost of living is like 5 times that of what we currently experience.
That ain't no shit.
All right. Once again, I want to thank you.
Did we forget anything?
I don't know. Probably.
Don't you have the layout written down that you follow?
No, because it changed. I got so mad I didn't write the new layout down.
Oh, you changed it again. Okay.
No, I didn't change it at all. You changed it.
I'm sorry, you changed it for this episode.
No, I didn't change it for this episode. I forgot it for this episode. And so did you, Butt Munch, so I don't want to hear it. Once again,
Okay.
thank you all so much for listening. I'm Jake. That's Tevis. We're Ticket Price. That has been it, Chapter 1. Stay tuned next week as we check out Silence of the Lambs, Jodie Foster, Anthony Hopkins. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. And then turn on notifications so you stay up to date, not only for our main episodes, but for all of the extra episodes that we drop on Tuesdays, so you don't miss any of the hilarious content.
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans. Shenanigans.
Shittigans?
Shenanigans.
Oh.
Not shit-agans. Not shit and grins. Shenanigans. Everyone's favorite American restaurant. Shenanigans.
I don't know what that is.
You never will.
I
All
don't
right.
wanna eat there.
You white ass. Stop interrupting me or we're never going to get through this. God damn it. If you haven't already, please hit that follow button. We greatly appreciate it. After you hit the follow button, or if you already have, share us with your friends. Not like all your friends. And definitely not your family. But like those friends you send stupid shit to, we're good for those friends.
Yeah, we're the stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that obviously. But you send the stupid shit to the friends who enjoy that sort of
Yeah,
thing.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. I believe wholeheartedly that our community can be even more than what it is. We are two idiots in a basement that had a stupid idea. Now we're two idiots in a basement with a stupid idea being listened to hundreds of listens a week. We can do better.
Thousands.
Thousands.
Hundreds of thousands.
Brang.
Brang? Talking about my Florida panhandle.
No one's talking about your
It
panhandle.
sounded like you said on the panhandle. Bang!
God damn it. The community can keep growing. Get it out there. Let's bring the multitude. Bring. Shut up, Tevis. Bring the multitudes together. Let's create a community of like-minded dumbasses where we can just be together, make stupid jokes, laugh at stupid things, and just have a good time.
Just brang it.
Just bring it. What are you, The Rock? It's not Black Adam. Thank you all so much for listening. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Have a good night.